Turn on all my lights. This is Nicki Sun from Tech Nicki speaking, here with a gear recommendation. A wireless microphone system that not only plugs into your camera, but also to your phone and computer. What do you think?
That's dope!
You're zooming in on me. And at the same time, I have no director or cameraman.
Right now, you're like Asian Daenerys in my mind.
I've always been the mother of cameras.
I love technology. When other women see us in front of the camera, they're inspired to do it too.
This has been Nicki Sun with Gals and Gear at NAB Show Live.
Nicki's an amazing entrepreneur slash content creator slash female director slash cinematographer slash Asian ambassador.
She's talking about choosing the right camera for the job.
Woo!
Definitely. She's amazing.
That was it for this episode of Tech Nicki Speaking. I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hey, hello everyone, and happy Amazon Prime Day. Welcome to Tech Nicki Speaking by Nicki Sun. I'm your host, Nicki Sun, and how are we doing today? Oh my gosh, there's so many of you in the chat right now. Hello Vladimir, hello out of Amazon customer. Nikki, what's up sis? This is so cool, this is so exciting. This is actually my first Prime Day ever, so I'm actually genuinely excited. I honestly decided to look through everything kind of last minute because, you know, as a part of the Amazon influencer program, I get kind of like the 411 and the exclusive deals. So I was actually sent ahead of time a list of everything on Overstock that not everybody else has access to. So today during my carousel, feel free to click through it, but I'm here to go through all of my favorite gear that I've been talking on Amazon for my weekly streams. I stream every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I cover a whole bunch of technology, content creation, tools, gear, lighting, audio, camera gears, lens. So if you're all into that, this is the stream for you. You please hit the follow button on the bottom right corner of my screen. I would love that. And if you can please smash that star button throughout the entire show. I believe it allows other people to find this stream and lets them know that this is a stream worth watching. So first of all, thank you so much. I'm gonna go over a whole bunch of Amazon specific deals and also the deals that I have discovered and unearthed myself. But first of all, this is not my actual set. So if you're watching on your mobile phone or on your desktop and you're watching on Amazon, which is the most optimum viewing experience, please switch over to amazon.com/shop. Actually, let me do that right now. But if you are watching from YouTube and Facebook, which I also have the streaming because I have a encoder called the Yolo Box Pro, which I'll go over, you are probably watching me on YouTube or Facebook. But please, for the sake of Amazon Prime Day, it's in the name, people, please head on over to amazon.com/shop/Nicki Sun. This is exactly where the show is going. You'll be able to see everything that I'm clicking on in the bottom of the carousel. So if you like what I'm talking about, you can click on it, and if not, feel free to add it to your wish list for later. All right, so this is not my actual normal set. So because I have the Amazon Echo Dot, this is the first deal of the day. I wanted to show you exactly how I've paired it up with my smart lighting home. So, Alexa, turn on my backlights.
Okay.
Alrighty, so this is Tech Nicki Speaking. So welcome to Tech Nicki Speaking by Nicki Sun. Again, I'm your host, Nicki Sun. Today I'm gonna go over all these cool deals that Amazon has specifically for one day, or maybe the next 2 days, or maybe in the next couple of hours. All right, so the first one is the Amazon Echo Dot 4th generation. Now, I wanted to put both the 4th gen Amazon Echo Dot and also the Echo Dot 4th generation with the smart LED, because guess what? If you haven't noticed in the carousel, it's the same price, except for this one, the one I've just selected, which is also the deal of the day. The Echo Dot 4th generation also comes with a Singlet LED smart light bulb. So if you're looking to get your own Amazon Echo Dot, I would definitely do that one over the one in the chat. I just wanted to be transparent. So yes, they're both the deals of the day. They're both $32.99 right now. It's 56% off. And so if you go to the second one in my carousel, this is the same price, but you get an extra LED bulb. So just wanted to look out for you. And if you don't have the Amazon Echo Dot, I actually really love it. The only reason why I recommend the 4th generation one is because it actually has a clock on the outside of the Echo Dot versus the one that I have in my bedroom, which has no dot. So it's really nice, particularly for instances like today. I can keep track of the time. I have my Echo Dot on my desk and I'm able to see the time as I'm talking to make sure I can see like what time it is while I'm doing everything. But unfortunately, when I go to bed, I don't have this next to my nightstand, so I don't really know what time it is when I go to bed. But I do set alarms as well. But now that I paired it up with the Alexa, when I say that name, it just lights up. It's a pretty color. I wish I could just bring it off the table and show you, but it's kind of stuck to the electric cords that be. But I have also paired it up, so just letting you know, with the Echo Dot 4, I'm able to also pair it up with a whole bunch of smart LEDs. And I don't know about you all, but it's 2022 and I've just been having a blast trying to sync up all my electronic devices through my voice. So when I come back to my place, I can literally, actually I could probably do it from here. Alexa, turn on my bedroom lights.
Okay.
You can hear her say okay. So you can't see it, but the next one in my carousel I've selected is the Singlet Smart LED light sticks. So what I have is I have these light bars against my dresser drawer where the light is actually facing the wall. So it bounces off the light from the wall. Because if you face the lights towards you, you're gonna get a very different effect. But if you want that nice ambiance where you have that nice mood lighting, I face my LED bars actually towards my white wall. So then the light bounces off. And you know, just like how you have glows behind your smart TVs, when you turn it on, it just looks like, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful sight. It's so colorful. I love being able to do that. So I love being able to pair it up as well. I just want to say hello to the chat. Hello. Oh my gosh. Julio. What's up, Gwen? What's up, Gwen? Thank you so much for joining our chat today. If you're new here, please hit that follow button and smash that start button. I go live every Tuesday at 7. It just so happens to be Tuesday today, and it happens to be Prime Day. So going over all the gear that is actually also offering a Amazon Prime Day deal. So it's really, really awesome as well. I just wanted to check my other chats as well because I realized that not everybody is on Amazon right now. Hello, Gaffer and Grip from YouTube. He says, whenever I say Alexa, I turn his on. Well, let me turn mine off. You might want to like pause this one really quick, Nick. But Alexa, turn off my bedroom lights.
Okay.
But you see how easy that is? How when you set up the perfect smart home devices, you can actually pair things and make it so much easier. So I also just wanted to show you really quick. I'm going to go back to the Echo Dot because I'm able to do so many things. So just letting you know, my girls and I also started a podcast called Messy Sexy Me. This is the link for that on Instagram. You can also go to messysexyme.com. But our podcast is available on all major podcasting platforms as well as the website. And it was so cool because I'm able to actually ask, you know, this one over here to play the podcast. So I just wanted to test it out. And in doing so, I'm going to switch the audio to the boom up here. So right now I have the Saramonic Blink 500 B2 wireless lavalier microphone kit on me right now, but I'm going to turn this off really quick and then I'm going to turn on this other one. Okay. Let me turn off this. Turn this one on. There it goes. Okay. I'm going to turn these off. All right. Y'all can still hear me. And if anything, I'm going to like hold this so I can hear it. Okay, perfect. I can still hear myself. What up, Victor? So nice to see you in here. I really love the appropriate spelling of my name. And to everybody who's been spelling my name correctly, I love you all. Because on this latest episode of Messy Sexy Me podcast, actually, I talk about how it is a pet peeve of mine when people do spell my name incorrectly. All right, so let's test it out. We're going to test out the Echo Dot 4th generation paired with just my voice and see how effective it is. We just launched our newest episode today, so let's see. Okay, Alexa, play the latest episode of Messy Sexy Me podcast.
Getting Messy Sexy Me from Amazon Music. Here's episode 7, Dating App Profile Disasters and Masters.
Welcome to Messy Sexy Me. This is Quincy, Jesse, and Nikki. Don't tune in if you're perfect. Yay! It works. And so, as I'm working, I can actually hear it on here as well. Alexa, stop. I love that too. And I actually have 2 Amazon Echo Dots. So you can actually do it where you link both of them together. So I can say play music here, or I can play music everywhere. So I linked it up when I say, interphrase. When you play it everywhere, it actually plays throughout my entire place. So I love being able to do that too. So you might not just need one, you might want 2. I might need another one. And to be honest, the fact that it comes with the smart LED light today and it's like 56% off, I might cop another one just so when I say play music everywhere, I have one in the kitchen as well. Because right now I have one right here, I have one in my bedroom, and I have one in the kitchen. But, I want to make sure I hear music throughout the house. So what I'm going to do, just so we can play some things, is I wonder if there's like any music licensing, but let's just do some music too, just so I can have one more action feature for the Echo Dot before I move on to another product. Alexa, play my likes music playlist everywhere.
Your playlist, My Likes, on Amazon Music, playing on the Everywhere group.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Alexa, stop. Yeah, so when I press stop, I feel like it does this thing sometimes where, and this is all live, so I can't edit anything. So I'm just letting you know how it all sounds like live. But I'm going to say it just for this one, because I think when I play both, they're trying to find each other like soulmates. Alexa, play my likes playlist. So when I say it directly here, it'll go to the closest dot. It won't go to both of them. It'll go to both. Baby. Okay, Alexa, stop. Okay, cool. Well, that is the Amazon Echo Dot, the 4th generation. Again, I recommend the 4th generation because all the other generations don't have the time clock on it, and I really like being able to see the clock. So it serves multiple functions, right? And I also have a lot of these other smart tech paired up with my Echo Dot. So let's go over a couple other ones. Okay, so let's also make sure I turn this one back on. So let me take off this, and then let me also make sure I switch it from my HDMI to my other mic. Okay, so now you're hearing audio back on this one. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go back to my comments. Coo. All right. I hope you all are having a good time. Let me know if you're like scanning on Amazon Prime Day deals now. Let me know in the chat. What have you found? What are you looking forward to? What are you excited about most about Prime Day? And have you already purchased things? Because I'd love to know what you added to your cart now, so then I could also take a look at it, because this is the first time again that I'm actually actively participating in Prime Day, and I'd love to know all the deals that you found as well. Okay, so we went over Singlet smart LED lights, and then now I want to talk specifically about the Singlet smart Zigbee light, which is this light back here. So I currently have a smart LED strip. That's right, I didn't have a smart one before. And because of that, I had to manually control and change the dial on the back, but not anymore. I stripped it off. I installed the Singlet Smart Zigbee. Is it Zigbee? I want to say Zigbee, but I installed the Smart Singlet Zigbee light LED strip in the back because now it's voice activated. So in order to make it voice activated, disclaimer, you can use any voice activated assistant. So you can also use your Google Assistant. I'm trying not to say it so loud because I also have devices for everything, but you can use your assistant. You could also use the Echo Dot. Like, what else is there? Let me know what else is there. But you can pair that with the Smart Hub. So the Singlet product that I just selected for you in the carousel right now, which is also 15% off. When you pair that to your wireless router, which is in my room, you're able to now smart tech basically your entire home with Singlet products. So now this is my backlight, but I believe I called this the LED strip or the light strip. So let me double check. But Alexa, turn my light strip magenta.
Okay.
Okay, so it is light strip. Sometimes I forget what I named them. So again, you can say, however, you can designate in the app that you pair it up with your Echo Dot or also your phone. You can call this anything. So I call this specifically the light strip. So anytime I just want to change just this light strip in the back, I can do that. But the cool thing is that there's 14 colors. There's like different modes. You can actually have the light strip in the back cycle through colors as well. But I love being able to film my videos here, and depending on what product that I'm filming outside of Amazon live streams, I like to kind of match the color with whatever I'm doing. So I believe, I'm not quite sure, is there a red? I wasn't quite sure if there was a red color, but we can try. Alexa, turn my light strip red.
Okay.
Oh, there is a red. Okay, so this is a little bit more matchy-matchy to what I'm kind of wearing right now. But yeah, this is how easy it is when you pair it with the Echo Dot. So if you haven't gotten an Echo Dot and you want to give it a try, again, the awesome thing about Amazon, and especially if you're a Prime member, how many of you are Prime members, by the way? Let me know in the chat. But it is really cool because if you don't like it, you can return it, especially if you're a Prime Day member. So it's crazy how you can order things Prime Day, 2-day shipping, and then if you don't like it, you have 30 days to return it absolutely free. So try it out. If you don't like it, then, you know, return it. I'm not here to like sell all those things, but if you like it, you like it. Nikki goes, me. That's so awesome. Yeah, I don't know what I would do without my Prime Day subscription, because just getting things and knowing that I can get things within 2 days sometimes when I need a clutch, or like maybe like a last minute birthday gift, or just needing to send somebody something. I love being able to just have it there. It's been like the best kind of way to celebrate people, especially in the panorama, as I like to call it. So that is the Singlet Smart Zigbee light. Now I'm gonna skip a little bit ahead because I wanted to show you the kind of setup that I'm working with right now, because a lot of you have been asking about it, and it's been a minute since I've done a video on this. So I am going to talk about the Yolo Box Pro, because right now it is 23% off. And for all you live streamers, content creators out there who do live stream shows just like me, looking for multiple camera inputs, this has been a game changer. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, but I'm going to set it up where I have a split screen. So let me just do that really quick while I'm talking to you about this, because the main screen, I can show you exactly what it looks like on my end, because I have a setup that has 2 cameras. I have camera 1 and then camera 2, or camera A, camera B. I have an overhead camera, and then I have one facing me as well. Let me just do this, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing once I get it done over here. Alrighty. So you all ready to see how I do this live stream setup? All right, this is my picture-in-picture. So see, you get to see me and you get to see my overhead camera. All right, so now I'm gonna move this over here, and let me just take out, this is my headphones. So the one thing is this is how I check that my audio is working, but I just put it off to the side. Just every now and then I like to pop in to make sure that I'm hearing it, but I'm not gonna lie, I have the best like community that comes to every Tuesday to my weekly shows, letting me know in the chats if they can't hear me or not. So I really appreciate those of you who have been watching and tuning in every Tuesday since the beginning of this year, which is when I started going live on Amazon. So it's very, very special for you all to be here with me on Prime Day. Okay, so I'm gonna just put this in focus a little bit more, as you can see. All right, so you all, this is the Yolo Box Pro. It is 23% off right now. It is a fancy piece of gear, but I don't want you to get super overwhelmed. Before I was basically live streaming on Amazon, because I am an Android user and Amazon Live, you can only stream on iOS systems, so like an iPad or an iPhone. I actually have like a very, very old iPad. I've been wanting the newer iPad, so I'm just throwing it out there. If like Apple is watching, like send me the iPad Pro, the smaller one, because it's cuter. But I have a very, very old iPad that I'm kind of hacking the stream off of. But I connected to the Yolo Box Pro. And so before that, I was using OBS, which is a free software. So any of you who are getting started, if you wanna sync up like high quality full HD cameras like the one that I have right here, my Lumix GH5, and the overhead one is a GH4. They're mirrorless DSLR cameras, right? So during the panorama, I'm sure all of you were familiar with Zoom or webcams. Now, if you want to attach your actual photography camera or videography camera when you're doing these live streams, you totally can. And in the past, I've kind of created and showed you more affordable ways of doing that, or free ways of doing that. But this is a nice way of doing it where you can also connect up to 3 cameras, up to 2 audio devices, and then you have an extra Type-C port, and then you have a full HDMI out. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry, I'm gonna show you exactly what it is. But for live streamers out there, as a tech channel, I know for those of you who have been here before, I've talked about this incessantly, but this is the Yolo Box Pro. So I'm gonna show you right now, but these are the HDMI channels. Maybe I can bring it up closer. All right, so you see that? And then what I'll do is adjust the focus so you can see that. All right, so this is the Yolo Box Pro. Shout out to YOLO Live Tech for sending me the Yolo Box. I've been basically utilizing the Yolo Box Pro for several reasons, and I will show you why. But first of all, the Yolo Box Pro is a multi-camera live stream encoder. So what that essentially means is you can attach all your devices you've ever wanted to use, quality audio, quality video, and then you could switch it on here like a freaking television program. So how I'm doing this right now is all because of Yolo Box Pro. There are other versions. They have the Yolo Box Mini and they have the Yolo Box, which I've also included in my carousel. They are they're cheaper than this one, but this is the Pro version, the daddy of them all. When you go with the Mini and the Pro, you get maybe 1 full HDMI camera output, and then for the other one, you probably get 2, but this one you get 3. So right now, I'm not even using all 3 ports. So this one, HDMI 1, is going to be my main camera, camera A, so the one right here that I'm waving to. That is camera A. This one right here is the one up here. So this is my camera B. I have another slot for another camera, but I don't need to do that. And it's full HDMI. Not many things have been full HDMI, but ever since, again, the panorama, we are utilizing a lot more quality ways of communicating when we're at home in the comfort of our own home. So everything is almost standard now to have a full HDMI. Then you have a USB. It's been a minute since I've used anything USB, I'm not gonna lie. Then you have an actual Ethernet cable. Because right now, how I'm actually getting internet for this live stream to work, I'm actually just going off of Wi-Fi. But if you want, make sure that it doesn't drop when you're in bigger crowds, or if you take it outside of your home, you have the ability to put a full Ethernet port in. So I definitely recommend, if you're doing like professional live streams outside, where maybe you're in charge of full-on productions, plug in that Ethernet cord, then you don't have to worry about the live stream going down, because that would really be bad. You have a full HDMI out. So for instance, if I wanted to put an HDMI cord to an HDMI to my television screen or my computer monitor, anything that I see here will have a program out onto my screen. Fortunately, because it is Amazon Live, I'm actually just using the actual stream on my computer, muting it as my monitor. But if you didn't have a computer screen, let's say, for instance, you can utilize this and attach it to a screen. The beautiful thing about the Yolo Box that is different from other encoders such as the Blackmagic A10 Mini is that this has a built-in monitor. So the Blackmagic A10 Mini does not have a monitor, so you'd have to connect and carry and bring monitors to make sure that you can see everything. With the Yolo Box, you do not have to. It's built in, and that's why when you're seeing encoders online, you see so many differences in prices, but the Yolo Box really is your all-in-one multicam live streaming encoder that not only gives you 3 full HDMI camera inputs, you also have multiple ways of hooking up your internet to make it go live. And then you also have 2 3.5mm audios. So I actually hooked up multiple sources. I have the audio up here, and I also have the audio over here, which is my Saramonic Blink 500 B2 audio kit. So I have multiple audios attached to it as well, and I could switch between the two. And then you have basically your charge point, which is the USB-C, which again, I love anything USB-C charging device. I'm waiting for the iPhone to like get up to that speed because everything that I have currently in my place that I absolutely love is honestly like USB-C. But I love it. And the cool thing about this too, let me put it down. Let me refocus. The cool thing about this Yolo Box too is that you don't need a subscription in order to restream to up to 3 different platforms, 3 other platforms. So OBS, if you're just starting out, is a free software program, but you can only output to 1 platform. So if you have the RTMP or real-time messaging protocol link that you can find on any platform that you're utilizing. So for instance, this Amazon live stream is working because I know my specific RTMP code, which if you go into the app, you'll be able to access your RTMP code. So you're able to put that in the OBS free software, but you only are allowed 1 platform. So I was using OBS with just Amazon Live and my iPad for the first 4 live streams. Then Yolo Box came along and I got to enter the RTMP codes directly onto here. Do you see this? So right now I can add more if I wanted to, but I only get 3 at a time. So what I decided to do is beyond Amazon Live, which is a custom RTMP code, you also can go to Twitch or Facebook or YouTube or any other platform that has an RTMP code. So that is really great because most subscription services, for instance, when you want to restream to multiple platforms, is a charge. So I would say consider that in the cost of the device as well, because you don't have to do any outside subscriptions. You don't need to hook up any external monitors. Everything is built in here. I will say, however, because Amazon Live has a limit of a 720p output, it streams at 720p. I have to stream at 720p on YouTube and Facebook, which my heart sometimes cannot take because I always love to stream at the highest quality possible, which is for this device is 1080p. But for the purposes of Amazon Live, I have to make sure everything is the common denominator, which is this Amazon live stream, which is 720p. So just letting you know, if you're going live on Amazon Live and you're wondering why it's not going live, if you've been to my previous chats, we literally shoot it together. Is it troubleshooted or troubleshot? But we literally troubleshot together why it wasn't working, and we found that the culprit was because I had it in 1080p, so that's why it wasn't allowing me to live stream to Amazon a couple of weeks ago. But it's okay. We know that it goes to 720p right here is where you change it. I wonder if this is still out of focus. Can you all see? All right. So yeah, this is where the 720 would be. So I'm just gonna give you like a little top-down like view of this device in itself. Also shout out um, to my friends like Aaron Parecki and 3D Inux for sending me this custom cloud printed cage. So just letting you know, the Yolo Box does not come with this cage. However, you can purchase the cage separately if you do get a Yolo Box. But I love it because the Yolo Box doesn't really have shoe mounts attached to it. It does have the standard quarter 20 at the bottom, which will fit on any tripod, but it didn't have the shoe mount. So this cage has 6 shoe mounts on it, and it slants at a 45-degree angle, so I'm not pushing it on the table. I can actually see what I'm pressing because it's just ever so lifted and angled at 45 degrees. So that's what it looks like. This is what I mean by shoe mounts. This is where I have the Saramonic attached to it, so nothing's falling on the floor. And that is what it is. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat because you guys are so awesome. Rome, what's up? By the way, follow Rome Knows Tech as well. I'm pretty sure he has a whole bunch of Prime Day streams as well. Rome says, happy Prime Day. Have a great stream. I appreciate it, fam. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, if this is your first time tuning into my live stream, welcome. My name is Nikki, and I do a live stream every week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time across Amazon, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you haven't yet, please hit the follow button, give me a follow, then you'll get notified when I go live if you forget. And also smash that star button. I need to see more stars flying down there. Yeah, just let people know that this is a live stream worth watching. But this is the Yolo Box Pro. Again, for those who are just tuning in now, this is a multi-camera live stream encoder. This is exactly what I'm using to run this whole entire live stream right now. It is the exact way I am putting a picture-in-picture where I'm speaking in the top left corner, and then you can see everything here. So I have 2 cameras. We talked about that. The only other thing that I didn't go over on this side was you have now an SD card slot. So I'm going to hold this bar here. You have an SD card slot. So guess what? I get to record directly onto the SD card. Let me focus this a little bit more. Okay, I get to record my stream directly on here. So let's say you want to cut your stream up and create and upload individual segments for later. You totally can. You don't have to go online and download it at a different quality. You can get it recorded directly onto an SD card. You can also load and preload content. So earlier in the show, when I had my countdown, my 2-minute countdown, and also my 1-minute intro to my Technicky Speaking show, it's already on this card. And I'll show you how you can access that on here. But you're able to actually pull in pre-loaded or pre-existing, already to go footage on here. So if you're doing a live stream, and let's say you need to take a little, like, I don't know, 10-minute break, you could upload a 10-minute video or 2-minute videos. I would recommend, less than 2 minutes, a video, and have it stream live onto any of your streams. You don't need like a hyperdeck. You don't need another console or equipment to pair up with your Yolo Box in order to get B-roll. So that is a huge plus. This is a SIM card. So yes, you have multiple ways of getting internet. We already talked about Ethernet, right? We also talked about Wi-Fi, which is how I'm doing this right now. I'm actually very surprised every time I go live because I'm only just streaming off of my Wi-Fi. It's not Ethernet, but it's been strong so far. I hope I'm not like breaking up in the chat over there. But thank you, Max. Max Young started following. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, this is the Yolo Box. There's 3 camera inputs, 2 audio inputs. And then I was just talking about the internet. So Ethernet port, SIM card, yes. So if you're at conventions like I was at NAB Show, which is the National Association of Broadcasters, it's like one of the largest tech, media, entertainment, and innovation shows there is that happens in Las Vegas every April. They also have one in New York happening October. Actually, registration just opened today. So if you're into technology, broadcasting, entertainment, media, and innovation, and you're in the New York area, check it out, nabshow.com, and you can see for yourself in person on New York side. I actually haven't been to the NAB show in New York yet. I hope if they're watching that they fly me out there this time, because I was the NAB show spokesperson this past year in Vegas. So we'll love to go there too. But when you're at conventions like that, when you have, before Pre-Panorama, there was about 100,000 people at this show. But when you have a lot of people and everybody, for the sake of technology, making the technology work, there's a lot of bandwidth signals, latency issues. And so if you can purchase a separate SIM card, which is something you would purchase for your phone, you can put the SIM card in here, and then you would have uninterrupted, straight internet connection to do a live stream. So I did try to do a live stream off the Yolo Box, just purely off of my friend Aaron Parecki's phone. We were able to get it to work, but it wasn't designated SIM card. And I believe that if I were to do it again, I'd purchase a designated SIM card next time, insert it into my Yolo Box, then I would be able to live stream from the convention floor within a place that has thousands and thousands of people, and I would be uninterrupted. So that's how I would do it. You also have mobile hotspot tethering capabilities as well. So there's a lot of internet situations and how you can do that. Johnny's in the chat. He goes, hi, Nikki, and happy Prime Day. Happy Prime Day. It's so good to see you, fam. I love seeing familiar names in the chat because I can't say faces, but I can say it's nice seeing familiar names in the chat. All right, so I just want to go over a couple of the things here. So just like you would in a television programming, right? If you're in the newsroom or in the broadcast room or even live productions, right? You have camera A, camera B, camera C, and then you have to switch everything. And I'm able to switch things even as a one-person band. So again, this is a great tool for those of you who are looking to up your game, streaming, creating content, maybe even doing a live interview show. You can imagine like camera A could be on you, camera B can be on the person you're interviewing, and then camera C, or number 3, could be a wide shot of both of you. And you can literally switch in the chair if you wanted to. See, for me, since I run a tech channel, it makes sense because I like to be transparent in how I do things. So I wouldn't mind actually having the Yolo Box on camera as I'm interviewing someone. That's how it is. But if you don't want anybody to see it, that's totally fine. You can have a producer on site, and this would make their life so easy, right? So you even see on here that you have 6 different windows. So right now this is, I'll show you in live time. So this is HDMI 1, I click that, right? And then I'm gonna click on HDMI 2, which is just this one. And then this is my picture-in-picture, so PIP, picture-in-picture, because that is the picture within the picture, for those of you who are wondering why it's called picture-in-picture. But I'm able to adjust that as well. And then these local videos that I got, the countdown and local video 2, this is from my SD card. So it's really cool that I'm able to bring in things, queue it up. Oh, there it goes. I queued it up by accident. So that's how I click on it, right? So literally when 7 o'clock strikes, I press the record button, I hit go live, and then I hit the local video 1 to run my countdown. I'm like realizing I'm here. Okay, so let me do that again. Or when 7 o'clock strikes, I go live. I press record first so the whole stream gets recorded onto the SD card. Then I press go live. It's currently the stop button right now, but normally that's where the go live button would be. Then I click local video 1 because that's where my countdown is. And then I hit local video 2, and then when I'm ready to go live in 3, 2, 1, then I hit HDMI 1. All right, now picture-in-picture right now is fun, and I could show you, I believe, how I do that. Let me see if I can show you. So in the bottom right corner, if you see it on the screen, I have add video. Oh, cool, see? So you can designate which HDMI area is which, right? So let's say I want to do picture-in-picture video 2. So the main screen is the one that's the big screen. So let's just say for the purposes, for the purposes of doing something different, I'm gonna select my camera A as the main screen, okay? Next, I'm gonna do the HDMI 2, my camera B, as the sub screen. So then you get to see all of this, all right? And then I can move things around if I wanted to. I'm like making sure that it's still happening on the screen. This is why I have my computer monitor attached so I can see what's happening in real time. But I can move this around. I can create the aspect ratio. So right now it's 16:9, which is you always do width first and then height. So 16 would be 16 wide, 9 tall. So this is the same exact size and framing of a video. But if you guessed it, 1 by 1 is a square. So let's just show you what that looks like. So this is a square. And then also you have your 4 by 3. So you can do any kind of aspect ratio, but let's do the default one. Okay. And then, oh, I want to fix that. So if I wanted to fix that, hold on to it and then I click edit. All right. So I did aspect ratio. Ooh, sub-screen shape. So, ooh, I can do a diamond or a circle. I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna put it over here. It's touchscreen too, which is what I love that. Oh, I pressed done again. I need to hit back. So I'm gonna edit one more time. This is a scale button. So I can literally do this to my screen, or I can go all the way down with the screen. But let's just say for the sake of this, we're gonna do it like that. Okay. So I'll press done. Oh, we can also do split screen. Yeah, I wonder if they'll let me do split screen. So I'm gonna delete this one just so I can do another source. We're going to do split view. Okay, now let's do this again. So select a source, that one. We'll do HDMI, another one. All right, so I'm gonna move this closer to here. So this is kind of how it looks like as a split screen. Johnny is laughing at me in the chat. I don't know why. But all right, so this is a split screen now. And then how we're going to do it is you can create the border. As you can see, it goes thicker. Get thick with 2 C's. I've been watching TikTok too much, as you can tell with my lingo. There's a separator position, so you can do more on this side or more on that side. You know, sometimes maybe I just want to be right here, so this is exactly how I want it to look. But let's just put it in the middle for now. And then you have separator direction. So you can do it like this, or you can do it, you know, or just like that. Oh, and then you have a centered. So if you don't want it centered though, I move it like that. But yeah, so this is kind of, let's keep it like this actually, but I'm gonna do the position a little bit more this way so you can see more of what I'm doing over here. Okay. Oh, actually, maybe if I centered that, nope. No, just kidding. I'll just do it like this. All right, so I'm gonna do this for once. Okay, so now that I have the split view, it's in my program log right here, right? So now if I click this one, you can see it like this on the screen now instead. Isn't that so cool? Oh my gosh. Hold on. I need a little sip of my ginger beer. I love talking about tech, so if you haven't figured that out by now, surprise! All right, so isn't that cool? Nikki says, amazing, thank you so much. All right, so I'm just gonna go through these program files right here. I don't know, do you like the picture-in-picture or the split view screen better? Let me know in the chat. Do you like this angle better, or do you like the picture-in-picture? At the end of the day, I just want you to be able to see everything and get familiar and get comfortable with all the technology, right? So the first screen was the overlays. Oh yeah, overlays. Okay, so the cool thing about overlays, okay, Nikki says she likes picture-in-picture better. All right, cool, we'll go into that mode. Let's do picture-in-picture. All right, so this is picture-in-picture. All right, y'all. So this is the Yolo Box Pro again, but I have created overlays. So I can, for instance, create things like this. So when it comes up on the screen, I've already have it pre-programmed, so I don't have to type while I am going live. You can set these overlays in your project and have it ready to go. So again, making your show a lot more customizable is always a great thing. It makes it more professional. It adds just a nice little touch, and you can change the colors and all of that stuff. You can even do like web as well. So let me take this off and let me put this on. And then, let's see. Then it's like a web page, right? So you can see what my live stream page looks like. So for those of you who don't know, this is my gear. And then I'll take that off. And then this is where you can shop my gear even after the live streams are over, you can always look back on my Amazon.com shop page, and I have lists created for you. So I have lists of all my favorite tools. I have my live streaming gear, my filmmaking gear, my mobile content creation gear. I have a lot of lists there. So this is exactly why when you're done watching this, you can continue watching elsewhere, or always repeat a live stream from before. And I'll just show you how to create an overlay just because I have it, in case you are really considering getting your very own Yolo Box. Again, this is a Yolo Box Pro. This is the daddy of them all, but there's also the mommy and the baby. So you have the Yolo Box, and then you also have the Yolo Box Mini, but this is the Yolo Box Pro. And then let's just click the plus. Then you have image overlays, lower thirds, countdown timer. So you can even make your own countdown timer here, which is really cool. And then social overlays or titles. So let's just do a lower third just because we can. And then we can do a rolling caption. So let's enter a rolling caption. The text, we'll just say tech Nicki space speaking. For those of you who don't know, Nicki is my name, and Technically Speaking is a play off of the pun technically speaking. So if you didn't get that, now you know. And then you can do text fonts. Let's do something different because I've been on that one. So I did prompt, and then let's do text size like this. You can see it. It's kind of like there. Let's do background color. Is there a background color? Let's try this. Ooh, cool. I can do a scale. Oh, that's too big. That's what she said. Okay, and then scrolling speed. Let's do a nice 2. And scrolling type, let's do repeated. So instead of it just going across the screen once, it'll go across multiple times. So let's press done, and let's give this a whirl. So I'm gonna click this. Oh, there we go, fam. There we go. I didn't even check to see if I spelled it correctly. But yes, hit that start button if you thought that was really cool. And don't forget to hit follow if you want to see more tech live streams from me. I go live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you follow. I'd love to see you, just like all these amazing people in the chat that I see, like familiar names. All right, so I'm going to stop doing that. And the only other things I wanted to show you is just to walk through this. So that was the overlays. These are the platforms, so you can always add. You get to select up to 3 platforms for free with the Yolo Box Pro to stream. So beyond Amazon Live, I'm also streaming to Facebook and YouTube. Then you have the audio. So you have much more capabilities to adjust your audio. So right now, my mic is this one right here. HDMI 1, I actually have my boom mic connected to my GH5 Camera Ace. So HDMI 1 is this port right here. So I'm just going to show you right now. I put on HDMI, it's going to be an echo because I have 2 audio sources right now. But I can turn off this one, and I can go up here, and then so you can hear. Is this like ASMR? Right? Is it ASMR? But I'm going to turn back this one and turn that one back off. So the HDMI, and then HDMI 2 is the camera, right? So I don't want the camera mic, so I turn that off. And then you also get your local video 1 and local video 2s right here. So I turn them off right now because you can only have 3 channel mixers, just like 3 video inputs, 3 platforms. I think 3 is the magic number here, but you have 3 audios that you can turn on. So you can't turn all audios on at the same time. First of all, that would just be a horrible listening experience, but you can do that as well. So these are for this video. So if your videos, when they're playing on live, they're not playing, it's because you probably have this on off, and you need to make sure you turn them on so that your SD card videos are playing. But right now I'm not utilizing them, so I just turn them off. Then we have scoreboards. I mean, if you want to do certain games, you can do that. I just really haven't utilized that. The comment sections are really cool. Hello, we're gonna feature some comments. So I love the comment section because not only am I reading your comments on this iPad right here, I am also, because I'm streaming to YouTube and Facebook, I can collect my Facebook and also my YouTube comments right here as well. So I don't need to go attach multiple tabs. Even though I do have it on, I have it here as well. So that's cool. And then video sources, and then you have your settings. But yeah, so that is the overview of the Yolo Box Pro. I know that was like a whole thing, but I imagine I could probably cut this section out and upload it as a separate video later for those of you who really want a more deep dive explanation of what the Yolo Box Pro does. But I've been utilizing it so much. I've been utilizing it every stream. And right now, according to Amazon Prime Day, it is 23% off. So if you are looking into getting your own, you can do that as well. Christian, what's up? I just saw you in the comment section on YouTube, and now you're in the Amazon Live chat. Thank you so much. Chris goes, this looks like it would be easier than using my laptop and OBS to live stream a DJ set. Yes, Chris. I can totally help you with that too. But for those who are doing live streaming, for instance, yes, OBS is cool. But Chris, for instance, if you have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page or a Twitch channel, definitely hop on that, because you can plug up to 3 camera sources. You can also output to all of those at the same time. You don't have to worry about connecting every single one before you go live. This is a one and done, like everything is done at the same time. So I love it. It'll save you a lot of time. He asks, does the USB-A input work with a digital audio interface? Yes, it does. So you asked really great questions, Chris. Yeah, but there is a USB interface. Oh, sorry, let me go back to my picture-in-picture. So yes, there is a USB right here. And so it is input. So yeah, you can do USB-A as a audio input, 100%. So you can connect those two right there. But yeah, thank you for your questions, y'all. This is like so exciting. Again, this is the Yolo Box Pro. Chris, I'm such a tech nerd. Oh, me too, hun. So there's that one. I'm just going to click through them as well. So you have the Yolo Box Pro, which is the one that I just showed you. But then this is the Yolo Box, just Yolo Box, no Mini or Max behind it. This is just straight up Yolo Box. As you can see, it is the middle tier of the Yolo Box. And there is only 2 full HDMI. So if you want something a little bit smaller and you only need 2, because right now I only have 2 ports on mine, but I like having the ability to have an extra option, but that's just me. And then there's also the Yolo Box Mini, which you have, I believe, 1 full HDMI. So if you're just looking to have 1 camera output, you can get away most likely with the Yolo Box Mini. And again, all of these Yolo Box items right now are between 20 and 23% off. So this is personally the lowest I've ever seen Yolo Box provide their multicam switchers and their live streaming kits. So if you're looking into it, put it on your wish list, consider it. I believe the Amazon Prime Day goes for both Amazon Prime Day, which is today and tomorrow. So if you're thinking about it, just look more into it, but you can always revisit this stream to look at everything and all the features. But I'm just gonna move on now to, just so you know, the kind of cameras that I'm utilizing right now is the Panasonic Lumix system. So I love the Panasonic cameras. I've been utilizing them since my college days, starting with the Lumix GH2. I skipped the GH3, but then I got the GH4, which is the one that is my camera B, my overhead camera. And then I have the GH5 now. So the biggest difference between the GH2 and the GH4 is the GH4 was the first camera, prosumer camera, that you could purchase that actually shot in 4K. And I, as an interviewer, always needed a flip out screen, and a lot of these other cameras, competitors, didn't have a flip out screen. But you know, I didn't want to connect an external monitor. So having that little flip out screen when I'm in front of the camera as well, because I'm on camera as well as behind the camera. So when I'm traveling, running, gunning, guerrilla style, I want to be able to I want to minimize the amount of gear that I bring on shoots, especially if it's in a green room or like in the back of a car. Sometimes you don't have the ability to set everything up. So having a flip out screen has been really, really awesome. Thank you, Rick. Rick L started following. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, if you haven't followed me, if this is your first time, please hit that follow button. It means so much to me. It gets my follower count up, and it also helps other people know that this is a live stream worth watching. So I really, really appreciate that. But yes, so this is the Panasonic Lumix GH5. Now this is just the body, okay? So the body meaning no lens. So if you already have lens, because as a filmmaker, as a photographer, you've probably collected lens over the years. So you don't need to purchase the full-on kit. They do have packages where you can get the camera with the lens, but if you already have pre-existing lens, the body is just for the body. But the GH5 is the one that I'm using right now. It's been a beast of a camera. First of all, it's full HDMI to full HDMI. The GH4 was a micro HDMI cord. So this GH5 is a full HDMI, and I've paired it with this lens right here. So right now, this lens that I'm using is listed at 42% off. Lens are usually not on sale because the price of glass stays pretty consistent. So if you were to get a lens, you could probably most likely resell it at pretty much the same price because it's glass, and there's really never any offers on it. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure if this is like an actual offer, because I do see the Lumix G lens, especially the 12 to 35, around this price. But right now it's listed in the carousel at 42% off, with the original price of the lens being almost $1,300. So if you're looking for a lens in the Micro Four Thirds system, let's say you're shooting with the Blackmagic Pocket 4K camera or the 6K, you'll be able to interchange this as well. Or you can get an adapter for your Canon or your Sony, and you can utilize this as well. But this is a smart lens tech, so I'll just show you, because this lens has changed my life in the world of live streaming and product demonstrations, because I can do things like when I talk about a certain gear, I can put it up to the camera, cover my face, and it'll automatically refocus. You know, and then when I take it out of the way, it'll refocus on my face again. So I do love that when I'm walking around, I'm able to constantly get it refocus. And that is one of the smart features of having a smart lens. So when you pair the Panasonic Lumix G lens, the 12 to 35, you actually can utilize other things, or there's more features that are unlocked when you pair it with the right system, right? So this is the Lumix GH5 too. Alrighty, so another thing that's also like on a deal, I'm not quite sure if it's a Prime Day exclusive, but I really just started putting everything in my carousel that was discounted that I've actually utilized before. And towards the end of my stream, I'm gonna talk about things that I saw that Amazon specifically sent me as an exclusive that were on overstock. So I have some hidden products at the end that I don't even have, so I might even consider purchasing it myself, but I wanted to put it in the carousel because as part of the Amazon Influencer Program, having access to all these overstock and insider information, I wanted to make sure I share it with you all. So if you're looking for something like that, you'd have it as well. So I'll go to that at the end. I know it's like 8 o'clock right now, but because it's Prime Day, guess what, fam? I'm here for more time. So if you are tuning in, you're like, she's supposed to be ending soon. I'm like, well, it's Prime Day. So if you need to leave, I totally understand, but I'll be here. You can always rewatch. I really, really appreciate you all tuning in for my first Amazon Prime Day deal live stream. Richard just goes, hello, Nikki. Well, hello, Richard. So nice to see you in the chat. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this next one that I'm selecting, again, if you're watching on Amazon, you can see the exact products that I'm selecting. If you look to the left of your computer screen or to the bottom of your phone, this is the exact products I'm talking about, so you don't have to worry about being led astray. But this Go9 DMW DCC12 is the way I'm able to operate both my GH5 and GH4 on unlimited battery power. So I'm able to attach this battery into the camera slot, switch it out with a portable battery, and then plug it into my electric outlet. That way I have a full conscious stream of power and electricity, and I don't have to worry about my camera dying in the middle of the stream because I ran out of battery. Most of the times my batteries do last around 2 hours when I'm filming, or depending if I'm shooting in 4K, it depends on how much battery power I'm utilizing. But because I have it in my in-studio location, I was like, why don't I just get an AC adapter so I can be able to have unlimited power. So Go9 also creates batteries like this for other cameras as well. So if you're shooting with the Sony a7 III or a Nikon or a Blackmagic, I mean, there's always other brands out there. Just make sure you find the right one, because it truly looks exactly like the battery, but it has a cord at the end of it, and you can plug it into your power outlet. So you don't have to worry about ever running out of batteries. That's why I love it. It allows me to save so much time too when I need to switch out my batteries. But I do recommend this if you are doing it from your at-home studio. If you do a lot of portable shoots, like remote shoots, and you're like run and gunning, like of course you can't utilize it like that. But if you're in a stationary place and you're doing like an interview and there's an electric outlet next to you, or you have a portable power bank, definitely is a great idea to have a AC adapter. So just wanted to bring that up because I am talking about everything that I utilize in my day-to-day live streams or in my filmmaking content creation life, and anything that's just on sale too or a deal today, I just put it in my carousel. So that's that. Oh, we talked about this one last week by YC Onion, but this motorized camera slider is actually 20% off today. So yeah, we talked about this extensively last week. It was the first time I opened it, but now I'm gonna bring it more into the frame because this is YC Onion's motorized camera slider. It's called the Chocolate SE. If you were here last week, you know that I got a kick out of the word chocolate. Oh, House of Praise SDA Church started following. Thank you so much for following. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, that's really cool. Shout out to you. And shout out to everybody still watching. It's so awesome. Normally I do my live streams from 7 to 8 p.m., but today's a special day because we have so many Prime deals to get through as well. So this is the YC Onion Chocolate SE motorized camera slider. So I know I have a light on here. You don't really need to be doing that. But right now, because I have both my cameras hooked to my stream right now, I am utilizing this in its place because, as we found out last week, there is a standard tripod head right here that comes with the slider. It's your standard Q20. So I'll just show you what that looks like. You have your standard Q20 like that, right? So that's pretty standard on the bottom of your DSLR, your mirrorless cameras, essentially anything. So this is your standard. This comes with the YC Onion chocolate slider, so you don't need to buy anything separate. If you have a 3/8 screw, however, you just spin this off. This is your 3/8 screw. I'm covering my face so it can try to focus it. But yeah, this is your 3/8 screw. Yeah, there it goes. This is your 3/8 screw compared to your quarter. So it's just, this one's bigger. All right, so this adapter though allows you to either put 3/8 screw on here, but I always put this on because most of the stuff that I personally have is a Q20. And then you have your slider. So the slider is not the whole thing. I will take it off just so you know. I have a locking system, taking this out. What I have done is this plate here. Oh, I didn't get to do this last time. So why don't I move my Yolo box out the way, and then I'm going to show you a picture of this. How's that? Okay, let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna move this out the way. And then, alrighty, so this is the YC Onion motorized camera slider. So we already charged it. I'm just gonna show you. There is a solid block build right here. It's pretty hefty. I would say this is probably about 3 pounds. And then you have a slider. Don't move it because this is not a manual slider. This is a motorized slider. And then on the edge is where you would have, oops, let me do that. Right here, this is where the battery would be. So the cool thing also is I also have generic batteries as well, or not generic, I have Jupio batteries, my bad, didn't mean to offend the brand, but I have Jupio batteries too that I purchased separately from Amazon, and it's the same exact batteries that you can put in here as well. So if you're looking for batteries that go in, this is your standard Sony NPF batteries that you can get. This is kind of like their version of like a more affordable version of batteries, but it does come with a charger as well. But these batteries not only power my small HD monitors, it also powers my motorized sliders. It also powers my Axoon Cine 2S Pro wireless. It allows me to basically have this is more of like a bigger battery for when you do filmmaking and stuff. So it's nice to have universal batteries. So then you don't have to go out and get so many different kinds of batteries. But this is the battery that it comes with. But if you wanted to get extra, Jupio has these. I don't think I put it in my carousel. But yes, Jupio has them. Let me get a little sippy of that. I'm just going to take it out to show you. But let me do this. So it looks like that on the side. So as you can see, there is no battery case, but you have this battery like so, and you just stick it in, and then you make sure you shove it so this clips back here. But that's how the battery goes in. On the bottom, oh, let's do this too. So this is my favorite tool that I like to put on my keychain, but it's truly, this is the equivalent of a quarter. So if you don't have one of these fun tools to take off tripod plates, you can just use like an actual quarter. But see the ridge right here? In order for me to get it really tight, I have to loosen it. But because I didn't show you last time, I'm going to do it here. Okay, so this is the bottom plate. Again, you have the 3/8 plate. You also have a 3/8 screw, and you also have 4 quarter 20s on the edges. So you can attach it any which way you want. So, but this is how the slider comes. I utilize the tripod plate from the tripod that I have, which is a separate item. And then this, as you can see, is a quarter 20. So it's gonna have to go in one of the quarter 20s, not the 3/8, not the one right in the center, which makes it feel like natural, but I have to go on the edge. So what I usually do in this situation is I try to turn it as much as I can to just get it a little so it catches. And then I'll go in and take a quarter or my fancy keychain from Logitech, which is a tripod company, and I just screw it to make sure it's in tight. Perfect. So then it's not loose. But you know, it's not as straight as I want it to be. So I'm just gonna unloosen it a little bit. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. That's what they teach you in wood shop. All right. So I'm gonna do this. Perfect. Alrighty. So I'm gonna put it back on afterwards, but I'll show you again. This is a little leveler. So you have a little bubble right here. So when you put it on your tripod or not on your desk, you can see if it's in the center. So when the bubble is in the center, that means it's centered. Let me show you this. Yeah, so see that little bubble? When I do it like that, it's not in the center. So you want to make sure you find the center. But everybody's had some picture frames to hang, right? So I imagine you all know what that little bubble means. Okay, and then you also see when you power it on, you have the power button, and then you have A and B. So why don't we just power this on before we put it on back on the tripod, just so you can see it. I'm gonna hold it down. As you can see, it blinked. Oop, did I not hold it down long enough? So I'm gonna hold it down. All right, there it goes. I didn't hold it down long enough. So the power is on, it's charged, and you'll notice that A is going this way, B is going that way. So by definition, you hold on to it. It's a motorized slider. So that's going to the A direction, and then this is going all the way to the B direction. Now, normally you put a camera on here, but because I have 2 cameras being occupied right now, there's no camera on here. But this allows you to get really cool shots, and I'm just gonna show you how I put it on my slider real quick. All right, so now that it's on, I'm just going to pop this back into my favorite tripod, which unfortunately is no longer available on Amazon. I must have bought the last one, but I put that there. And so let me just make sure this is straight. So the thing about it, when you put it on a tripod, you now have 2 levelers. So I have the leveler on the bottom of my tripod, so I can also do this. I'm gonna make it straight here first, and then I'll make sure that this one's straight up here, so I can move this ever so slightly here. So that should be straight. How's that? How's that, fam? Is that pretty straight? And then I will put this on here. And just because I want to put something on it, because I have both cameras being occupied, I'll just use the YC Onion light bar, which I'm going to talk to you a little later about. But I'm just going to screw this on here really quick, just so you have a visual, okay? So essentially now, imagine this is a camera and it's shooting, right? So during interviews or when you're getting certain things, you can do that. Again, I have an app, so let's pull up the app again. I'm gonna pull up the app, which is the Chocolate SE app that you can find on both, oh, I think this is fully charged. You can find the app both on an iPhone and an Android. So let me go to my, it's called the Chocolate SE. Okay, so this is the Chocolate SE. Auto, it's Bluetooth enabled, so I'm just gonna do auto, select, connect, use now. Alrighty, so I'm gonna say A is my first point. So when I do A, you can actually control it like this, like so. So let's try that now. Actually, I'll go back to picture in picture, or this one. So you can see this. I am going to, and you can see the camera in the back, but there's the A. You see it going in the background? Here, let me turn on the light so you can actually see something. There it goes. Here's a little light bar, right? Okay, there's a little light bar. So we have A, so that's as far as it goes. So I'm gonna click A, that's the A point, and then we're gonna go all the way, as you can see it in the background, to B, and then we're just gonna plan that there. And then we're just gonna click video. Alrighty, and then let's just say the remaining time is 14 seconds, sure. And in live time, you can see where it is because real-time location. So right now it is on B. And let's just have it go from B to A and click that, I would assume. Oh, so I clicked it. I'm not touching anything. And you can see it in the background. It's just moving like that. Yep. So I'm gonna do it again because now it's from B to A. I want it to go from A to B. And again, you can set how long you want it to go from B to A. So this is great for when you're filming something. Again, if you're just tuning in now, you're like, what the heck is this girl putting this light on here? This is supposed to be a camera, but I have both cameras occupied right now. So I'm just putting this light so you can see visually how it would move. But this would be great for interviews, product photography. Let's say you are working on a project and you don't have somebody else to film you. It's a great way to get interesting, unique shots as if somebody was filming you. And because we have a lot of one-person bands out there, or also being solo a lot or in-house because of the panorama, this is a nice way of adding to your spot. Again, this is a Prime Day deal because YC Onion's only offering this at, I believe, 20% off. it just allows you to do all that stuff. So we're gonna do it again. You can set the time to be like a minute, right? So right now I've only set it from 14 seconds. So basically when I set it, it's telling me that, here, let me go here. Right now it's on 14 seconds, but I can change this because right now it's at a speed of 102. So I can also say, why don't I go at a speed of, let's do 75%, or let's do 72% because it's on there. As I did that, you can see the time went to 35 seconds, right? Because at that speed, it's gonna take 35 seconds from the camera to go from point A to point B. So let's try that. Let's put that in practice. So I am going to go back. I'm going to press this, and then I'm going to go here because you can see it a little bigger. See how ever so slowly, this is a 72% speed with the YC Onion motorized camera slider. It has 20 seconds left to go to travel from point A to point B. And then, yeah, this is great because you have interviews, and it does make a world of difference to have that slight movement in your camera work. So creators out there, if you're looking to up your content creation game, you want something to level you up, bring on set when you have interviews or do product shots or product photography. Like if you were shooting like products on a table, you don't need a tripod. You could put it on a table, and you could even bend your camera down or angle your camera down so you can capture the product photography in such a smooth way. So I absolutely love that. And in order to do that, as you can see, this right here is kind of stable. You wouldn't be able to move things down. This is when you need to get a tripod ball head, which I have next in my carousel that is also 20% off today. So I'm gonna go over to the Yulonzi tripod ball head. Currently, my GH5 is sitting on top of it, so I can't show you physically, but if you're looking on Amazon or if you're watching on Amazon, you'll notice that I have the tripod ball head selected. I'm just gonna turn this light off and turn this off so I can save the battery. And then move this to the side until I bring out the light for another use. But thank you, Richard. Richard goes, click the plus follow button and join the chat. Yes, if you follow and if you sign into your account, you're able to be active in the chat. So if you haven't done so, please do. I love to see all the new people in the chat right now. It's like really, really cool. Okay, so this tripod ball head is one of my absolute favorite tripod ball heads. You might be asking, well, what would I do with that thing? So as I showed you on my slider, I had literally a steady thing. I can't move it. I would break it because there is no adapter or ball head to allow it to move 360 or even 180 degrees for that instance. So it's just straight. It's just gonna hold the camera straight. But let's just say I wanna put a camera on here and I wanna angle it down like I was talking about before when you wanna get those product shots on a motorized camera slider, then you would want something like the Yulonzi ball head mount, because that ball head at the top not only rotates at a 360-degree angle, you don't have to do this. Because right now, every time I want to take off the camera and adjust it, I have to spin it 360 degrees until it pops off like so. So this is the one that came with the YC onion plate. But if you had the tripod ball head, which is the Yulonzi one I have selected in my carousel, and you put that on top of here, again, it's attached by $1/4 So once it's attached on here, well, actually, you'll need this because this is a 3/8 screw. So 3/8 to a 1/4, then you get a 1/4 to the 1/4. So that's how you would do it. But this is just so steady, right? So it won't be able to adjust or anything. So what you need to do is get something like the ball head mount that I have selected in my carousel. The cool thing about that as well is 360 means you could swivel your camera all the way around while it's still steady on here. It won't get loose. And then you also have the ability to go at a full vertical. So let's say you can also put that on top of a tripod. And if your tripod is like mine and it doesn't go on a ball head, you can't film your videos in vertical mode. But the reason why I have the Yulonzi tripod ball head mount on my actual main camera is because when I'm not doing lives for Amazon, I literally can just tilt my camera in the same positions it's at and turn it over to a vertical, and then I can film Instagram videos, my Reels, my TikTok videos, because those are in vertical format. So I don't have to change my setup. I don't have to unplug anything. I can literally just keep it there and then hang a, what do you call it? Is it a hang a loosey? Hang a lefty? You hang a lefty, and then it's on vertical now. So right now it's horizontal, but with this device, you can go straight vertical and record, and you could even use OBS as well. So I love being able to use OBS because it acts kind of like a monitor, a free monitor that you can use, and then you can record directly onto your desktop. So I'm always trying to find ways to make content creation more efficient in terms of the workflow, right? Otherwise, if it's too difficult, you kind of stress out and you're like, well, this is taking too much of my energy and my time to figure it out. I have to take out the SD card, I gotta ingest that, and then I have to do X, Y, and Z I have to charge my battery. So I've truly generated over a decade of experience and knowledge of creating a setup, and this has been the absolute game changer adapter that I would recommend to anybody who wants to be able to use their DSLR not only as a horizontal landscape video, but also be able to utilize it when filming vertical content. So add that to your wish list if you haven't already, and you're wondering how I'm able to pump out so much content as a one-woman band. This has helped so much. Pair it up again with OBS. OBS is a free software. So when you pair it up with OBS and you have it here, you can record videos natively to your computer, edit it, and then you can send it to yourself and you upload it right away. So love it, love it, love it. Hello, I see Nathan in the YouTube comments. Good vibes. That's the one thing. I don't think there's emojis on here, so whatever good vibes is, I wonder if it's a peace sign. I can kind of check it out on my YouTube situation and see what it looks like. Oh, it's a emoji with a smiley face and a peace sign. Yep, tip it 90. Yep. Tip it 90. Appreciate that. There it goes, there it goes. Amazon customers started following. I don't know who you are because the name's not registered, but thank you so much for following. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are liking the stream so far. Everything that's in my carousel are things that I utilize, and also they are on a discount or a Prime Day deal as well. So you have today until tomorrow to figure out if this is something you want, then you get it at a really, really amazing price. So far, I would say the biggest deal in my live stream has been the Amazon Echo Dot, the 4th gen, because those were available for 56% off. And again, if you're gonna get the Echo Dot with the smart LED bulb, because for the same price, you get a smart light bulb. So you get something extra for the same price and it's the same deal. So definitely do that. One thing I will say with the tripod ball head mount from Yulonzi that I absolutely love as well is you'll notice that there is a shoe mount on the side. Many tripods don't even have that. So not only are you getting a horizontal landscape to a vertical portrait, you also have a quick release plate, which that's another feature. Sorry, I lied. I said that was the last one. 2 more things I want to talk about this Yulonzi tripod head. So on the left side of it at the base plate, if you're looking again on the carousel in the Amazon stream, you'll notice that there is a shoe mount on the side. You are able to attach anything that has a standard universal shoe. And as we talked about, it looks like this, right? So this is on the edge of the Yulonzi tripod ball head mount too. So not only do you get to put your camera on here, you can attach something like a mic or a light, the light that I have currently on top of my overhead camera, because I have the light shining down right here. I'll show you. So right now this light I have is shining on the camera because it's attached to the same shoe mount. So this Yulonzi tripod ball head mount also has the ability to attach extra things like audio or a light or whatever you want to attach. You can even attach a GoPro and like go around and shoot multiple kinds of content, which people have done to save time, because if you're the only shooter and you need vertical or, you know, phone content, you could attach so many adapters as long as you have places to put the adapters, right? So the Yulonzi tripod ball head mount is amazing. And then, like I mentioned earlier, a little bit earlier, there is a quick release plate. So just like this is a quick release plate, right? This on top was not a quick release plate because I have to swirl it all the way around in order for me to release it. So my quick release plate, I can just open this and then I take this out, because this release plate, anything that's on it, I can loosen it, right? So a lot of times when you're shooting on the go and you have a guerrilla kind of filmmaking or content creation, you want to be able to have as many quick release plates as possible. So this Yulonzi at the top, not only does it do a 360 vertical shoe mount, you can also just take it by twisting that knob at the top and the plate will come off. So as long as the plate is attached to your camera, which it should be, you're able to just do something like this, for instance. You can put it back on where it was. You don't have to break down your tripod, you can leave it. So this really allows you to go from any kind of situation. So let's say I have a quick plate on my camera. When I'm in fields, I can put it on a tripod and, oh my gosh, this person is running or something is moving over there. I can literally just take it off really quick and then go. I don't have to do the whole swivel of 360. So it really helps a lot to make your filmmaking more efficient, everything else more smooth. Excuse me as I get some water. Okay, so how we doing, guys? How we doing? Just looking at the chat right now. Alrighty. Oh, excuse me. All right, now that we're in tripod mode, I wanted to continue talking more about tripods. But this is, again, my favorite. I keep emphasizing how much this is my favorite, because for many of you, you might be able to utilize it in tabletop kind of content creation, right? So again, I can just switch that over and do this, which is what I love. There is no spring clamp. I can also do switch it to the side and move it exactly to a horizontal, like so. See how easy that was? I did not have to like do anything to take it on or off. I just switch this, put it on here, vertical, switch that, go here, it is horizontal. So we'll do this like that. And then again, this one specifically has a shoe mount. So let me grab, it's kind of currently on my camera right now. Let me see if I can grab one from in my other studio. If I can find you. Well, let's see. This is a Joby light. Okay, well, it's not the light, but this will do, because I just wanted to show you what these attachments would look like. So this right here, right? So anything that has like this is like for your cold shoe mount, right? It would go into these things. So let's say this was on the end of a light. I can go like this. Oop, I unloosened that a little bit too much. Bring that up. See? Okay. And then, I mean, technically I could add more things now to this if I wanted to. So not only will this be able to, you know, film you hands-free as well, but the top of the mount can totally come off and you create more things this way. So we can undo this. And then if I wanted to, I can unscrew this, the legs of this Gorilla Pod. This is great for traveling too. So like my ladies and gents, but especially my ladies, when you have like a purse, right? And you want to kind of carry this to create content maybe, you could break it down like this and put it in your purse or your mini backpack when you go on hikes. You can utilize this for other things. Again, you have a standard quarter 20, so I can put something like a GoPro on this. Well, actually a GoPro, you need an adapter, but you could put, again, any standard. Oh, I can do that again with the light, quarter 20. So I can do this with it. So I love, again, universal equipment, universal gear. Love it, love it, love it. And then, you know, in a way I can use this as a standalone light, put it against my face. When I turn it on, now I have an extra light, right? I turned it on. So light like this. I'm gonna turn it off. But yeah, now I have this. Now I can put this on top of this tripod, you know? So I can have this be on the slider instead of my camera. So I love the whole universality of everything. I don't even know if that's a word, you guys, but we're making up words here. And tell me if that is a word. Cause I needs to know. All right, so I'm gonna put this back on and then just stretch it back on here. Alrighty, then I can spread this out. But yeah, I love being able to do that. So yeah, again, this is one of my favorite portable tripods by Joby. And right now, I believe it was, well, when I added it, it was like at a discount. Oh, so maybe not the whole thing, but the next one, which is just the top. So the last thing I selected was the entire system right here, but just the top, which is the top part and not the legs, is currently at a discount right now. But that's one of my favorites. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited for this next one because I've been wanting y'all to get this to make your life so much easier. I'm gonna put this back over here. All right, so this next one, oh, we already talked about this in former streams, but the Viazon Selfie Desktop 4-in-1 floating arm system is what I currently have on my desk right now, and it allows me to attach it to my desk with a desk clamp. It's super sturdy, and it allows me to connect 4 things, floating arm, literally not on the desk. So right now my laptop is floating. I have I wonder if I could bring that over. Can I bring it over? I'd have to move everything. But I'm willing because this is demonstration time. All right, so the floating arm system, can you see that? So my laptop, I used to have my iPad here. So if you notice my former live streams, I had my iPad here, but now I have it on here because of my wireless. Oh my God, I didn't talk about the wireless keyboard. Okay, we're gonna have to go back. But this is like the laptop, right? So I can put my laptop on here, because right now I have the HDMI monitor attached to my monitor, which is right here, and that's also on a floating arm. So right now, I love the floating arm system because nothing is on my actual desk. So I can put things underneath my laptop, or I can lay out entire spreadsheets of things. I could hide things. I could have a clean desk because it really helps minimize the wire systems. And the great thing about the floating arm system is that each of the handles has a hidden compartment where you can hide the wires. So for those of you who also like to have cable management like I do, this is a dream. So very, very well made. It definitely is not a cheap material. It's super sturdy. I've had it for about 8 months, I believe now, and it is my pride and joy every time I come out and my standing desk goes up and down. I love it because it keeps everything in place no matter how I adjust my desk. So when I'm standing, I'm like this. When I'm sitting, here, let me do it. All right, so let me bring this back down. Woo! Okay, you're getting a little sneak of my dress that I also got on Amazon, but see how the camera is like still there? So when I'm sitting, hold on, I'm also going to talk about this chair that I got on Amazon because it's one of my favorites. So when I'm sitting, the camera can be at the same place because in the floating arm system, I can move anything. So I have my overhead camera attached to one of the floating arms. I have my laptop on another, and then I have my camera in front, and then I have this boom mic. If I bring it down, I'll show you. Right here, I have a boom mic that's literally right here. So I can get it out of the frame and record high quality audio when I'm not utilizing the lavalier mic. So that's what I love about it as well. So this is like when you're sitting down, and then the camera will still stay in the same place, the same focal length, no matter what. So I really love being able to do that. So let me bring it back up. Yeah. Isn't that cool? Alrighty, so that is why I love the floating arm system. Again, this also comes with every adapter you could possibly need. It also came with a ball head tripod mount, so that's what the overhead camera is on. That's how it's able to tilt downward, so you can get this overhead view in my PIP or my picture-in-picture, because the camera is on a tripod ball head mount. You could use a Yulonzi if you want to as well, but this one already came with it, so I'm able to do that right over here. So this is how I'm able to get overhead camera shots. I didn't have to purchase a separate tripod ball head mount for this. It came with it. And then I would say that there's also plates for tablets, which was for my iPad when I had it there before, but they also gave you the plate for the laptop, and they also gave you a plate for the phone. So if you wanted to put a phone on the floating arm, they had every single adapter. I did not have to go out and buy new things. The cable management is amazing because I hide it in the arms of the floating arm system. And oh, also the boom mic, the accordion arm boom hand like came with the packaging too. So I did not have to get anything separate. The only thing that I got because I wanted to be able to take my camera off and flip it at a vertical whenever I wanted was the Yulonzi tripod ball head mount that I talked about earlier. But because of that, I'm able to really have a whole system. So it's 21% off right now. So if you're looking for something like that for your setup, this is the one that I recommend, and I was so thrilled that it was like an Amazon deal today. So it's today, again, it's Amazon Prime Day today and tomorrow. So if you're thinking about getting anything from my stream, consider getting it today or tomorrow while you still can, because it's just a really great system. And it comes with a ring light. So it came with a ring light too. So everything that you see in that picture, minus the laptop and the phone, everything came with it. And that's not the only way you can configure it. You can put your laptop in front of you. You can put the camera on the side of you. You can put the tablet there. You can put a phone, tablet, and a camera. So you really have a lot of options. And again, I love that they include everything all in one. And it's discounted at 21% off right now. I think that is a fabulous deal because when I purchased it, it was close to $200. Now it's like $50 off of that. So I think it's great. Chris says that would be perfect for overhead shot for mixer controller. Yes. So Chris does DJing. This would be perfect for you to have an overhead shot and also one on you. And then, you know, if you want to use the Yolo Box to switch between the two and not need a monitor to see it, you totally can do that as well. Or if you're doing a live stream on your phone, you can also use your phone as one of the floating arms, and then you can watch your actual playback at the same time that you're doing your overhead cameras. So I think it's just a fun way to also clear space because I like to be as organized as possible. I don't like things on my desk, even though my desk is kind of crazy right now, but it's because I have all the Amazon Prime Day deals on my desk. But I really don't like things touching my desk with all the wires like tripping over anything. So I love how clean the Viazon Selfie desktop 4-in-1 floating arm system has been for me. But that is my absolute favorite. Oh, and talking about another absolute favorite, let's talk about the Pocket Tripod. All right. Oh, wait, I love it. Thank you for sharing your setup. So Chris said it would hold my DJ laptop, camera, phone as a camera, and my Blue Yeti mic. That sounds like an awesome setup. Like, it comes with the mic stand too, the boom. So all you got to do is, just flip it upside down, and you should have an adapter for your Yeti mic to put it up here. But yeah, that would be like a sick combo. So I think it's awesome. So if you like it, feel free to like cop one now while it's still 21% off. I've never seen that thing on sale. Every time I've talked about it in my past live streams, it has never been on sale. So, or a deal. I don't know if I should say sale, but I'm like, it's a deal. It's a limited time deal. So I also wanted to talk about this wireless keyboard that I totally skipped over when I had mentioned earlier that I'm going to skip over things. So I'm going to go back to a couple of things that I actually skipped over. I skipped over 3 things that I wanted to talk about. So The first one is the Logitech K780 multi-device keyboard. This is probably one of my favorite wireless keyboard devices, and I'll show you. So I had been looking for a keyboard that not only was wireless, but can also switch between all the devices that I have. So as a tech channel and as a tech host, I'm just trying to justify the reason why I have all these things, but I guess I should just say how it is. So I have a custom PC from Puget Systems. Shout out to my fam over at Puget Systems. They customized a 4K video editing machine with the RTX 3090 card, which is super fast engine, great for 4K video editing. But that's a PC, right? Then I have my MacBook Pro with all my Final Cut editing programs, and that's a Mac and a PC. Totally different systems, but they're both connected to my LG wide monitor. So I can switch between the two computers after I power it on. I don't leave my PC on the entire time, but I'm able to switch between my Mac and my PC through the monitor by a switch of a button. Usually when that happens though, what happens is when my keyboard is connected to the PC, I have to manually go over there, take it out, switch it out, and plug it into my adapters for my Mac. And my Mac is, as you can see from my Viazon floating arm system, is floating. So it's not like I'm gonna type on it as I go, because I'd have to be standing. I'd have to be in the standing situation to actually type. So in order to get the keyboard to be right here in front of you, how do you go from one computer to another without having to switch everything? Well, this is the solution. So the Logitech K780 multi-device keyboard, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 up here means you can pair up to 3 devices via Bluetooth, my friends. So right now the one is for my Mac when I am on my Mac system. This allows me to activate the keyboard on my Mac. And then when I switch over to the PC, I hit number 3. Okay, I skipped 3, but PC is 3. And then because my phone, and I'm a horrible texter, and sometimes when I have to like type multiple paragraphs for things or want to copy paste things, that's where I have 2. So it's pretty cool. Yes, I can actually utilize this keyboard to type directly onto my phone because of a Bluetooth device. So that is pretty awesome. I love it so much, and right now it is 19% off. So I got it at full price. So if you guys want this keyboard, I will let you know right now, it has been a game changer. I had another computer, or like a keyboard, but both of them have been wired keyboards, the Cherry MX keys. As much as I love the ASMR of those industrial keys, I was tripping all over the wires. And because it was one of those fancy RGB light up ones, it takes 2 USB-A ports, and I don't like to fill up all my ports if possible, because sometimes I need to attach other things like maybe my HyperX mic stand on top. So in order for me to have as many ports free, wire free, and also multi-device capability, this has been such a game changer. And when I was researching it as well, I wanted to make sure that it was a keyboard that had great battery power, because I had used a mouse that would die every 7 days, and then I forget to charge it, because that's just nature sometimes. I even have my Oura ring here, and I keep forgetting to charge it sometimes, and then when I'm on a hike or when I'm doing exercise, like the day that I want it to track my activity, I'm like, no, it's dead. So the great solution is this one. I believe this one takes, let's see, let me be sure about this. Let me put it back over here. This is, yes, 2 AAA batteries. So I just opened the back so you can see it, but it's 2 AAA batteries, and there is a USB-A connector here. So if you don't have Bluetooth, I know it's 2022, but if you still have hold on to old technology like I do sometimes, you do have the ability to connect the keyboard via a USB-A. So let's say your PC is a USB-A, but then you have a Bluetooth with your Mac. You can plug this part into your PC, and you can still be able to switch to multiple devices. But I currently have it in here, that way I don't lose it because it's so tiny. But 2 AAA batteries will give you, they said 24 months, so AKA 2 years. So 2 years of battery life, this keyboard will not die, and you have it for 2 years. So there was an option to get another wireless keyboard and have a charging capability, but then it would last 7 days. And then sometimes I don't have the time or the allowance to be like, oh, let me charge my keyboard today. Sometimes I just am on the go and I forget to charge it. So this was like a nice way for me to know that I have basically 2 years of battery life before it actually dies. And, for my more eco-conscious friendly mind, then get the batteries that are rechargeable. So it's really cool to know that off of 2 AAA batteries, you can also have 2 years of battery life. It can switch between up to 3 devices. I can text on my phone and also switch between my Mac and my PC with a switch and click of a button. Does that sound like an ad? Because I tell you, I love this keyboard. So this, again, is the Logitech K780 multi-device. But this is definitely super, super amazing. Chris is like, I'm jelly of your video card and your PC. Yes, well, you are more than welcome anytime to come by and utilize it. I also have the Logitech Mx Mouse, but I checked, it wasn't a deal. So that's the only reason why I didn't include it in my carousel. But I do have the Logitech, I believe it is the 720 I think it's called the Triathlon mic. Mouse, but see right here on the side it has 1, 2, 3 as well, so I can switch between 3 devices with my mouse as well. So these are separate purchases, but this is the one that I currently have that allows me to go use my mouse across multiple devices, again with a battery. I believe this one takes 1 AA battery. This lasts for 2 years as well. So everything has been super wireless on my desk, which I absolutely love. So if you're looking for a wireless capability to up your system, to clear room on your desk, also to clear USB-A ports, because to be honest, I found this mouse because when I was traveling, I wanted to edit on the plane. And I didn't want to use a dongle. And a lot of the wireless mouse were just starting to do Bluetooth, but if not, then it's USB-A, and I needed a USB-C adapter. And to my surprise, there hasn't been a mouse with a USB-C adapter. Well, at least when I went to Best Buy's, I did not see any. So having a mouse that was Bluetooth capable allowed me to pair it up with my Mac computer when I was traveling, and it allowed me to edit on Final Cut Pro on the plane. So that's what I would do if I was doing that. But you have a full-on keyboard that you can kind of also pack in your suitcase if you want, if you're doing lots of presentations, and you can just go between 1 and 2, and I love it. And the only other thing that I wanted to show you, let me move this back over now, is if I go over the picture-in-picture so you can see it, is you have this divot right here, right? So the great thing is when you're putting things like, for instance, my iPad, I can put it right here, and then it like lands right here. I can also put my phone. I will be transparent though that my phone has a case on it. So when I have my case, I can only kind of put it like that, but at least it fits. So if you wanted to like type, I can type from my iPad, Bluetooth device. I can do it on my computer screen. I can, go back and forth. So I can put my devices literally like this on my keyboard. So when I was doing a lot of research, there's certain things that I like, right? In order to make sure that it is functionable. It's also great quality build. It actually works. So rest assured that everything I have in my carousel, like I stand by. So if that means anything to you, I hope that I will always be able to recommend products that you can utilize in your day-to-day life, and that actually work. So most of these products I've been using for over at least 5 months to a year to 5 years. So I don't really talk about gear unless I've actually utilized it, because it would suck to recommend gear and then it doesn't work, and then you're like, oh, you recommended it, and I'm like, I don't want to be responsible for that. But But yes, that is like what I love about that one. The other one I didn't get to go off of is, so, you know, again, as I mentioned, my girlfriends and I have a podcast, and let me pull that up on my overlay on this Yolo box. But again, it's Messy Sexy Me. And so a shout out to the team over at Tascam for sending us the Tascam Mixcast 4 plus the entire suite of 4 microphones, 4 headphones, 4 arm. We really appreciate you for sending us the TM70 mics. Those were not a deal, so I left those off for the sake of this a show. But the Tascam Mixcast 4, if you just want the mixer, it's currently 10% off right now. So if you want to start your own podcast, or if you've been thinking about starting your own podcast, or if you've been listening to our podcast and thinking of starting one on your own, you're like, what gear did they use? They do have a bundle. So I will say the one that was sent to us is a bundle. So it was like all inclusive. It's not the one that I have in my carousel because that wasn't on a Prime Day deal, but the Tascam Mixcast itself. So if you already have your mics, if you already have your XLR cables, you don't need like any of that, then, and you just need the mixer, this mixer is amazing because then you can plug it in to your computer as well, edit it right away. You have up to 4 channels. So our podcast, we have 3 total of us. We have 3 girls, and then we have another for a guest. And then you can plug in your phone. You can have sound effects. You can literally record directly on an SD card to the podcast itself, and then it'll mix it out for you and shoot it out. And then when I attach my computer via the USB-C cable that's included, I'm able to mix down the podcast in Audacity, for instance, or Tascam also has their Tascam Editor podcast program that is free as well. They also include firmware updates. So just because you get it now doesn't mean that you can't get the latest additions, because it has firmware updates that you can get. So anytime they update something, you can plug it in, do a couple of things in their manual, and then you can update and upgrade your Mixcast 4. So that's the exact Mixcast that we utilize if you're interested, again, in starting your own podcast. And if you haven't heard of our podcast, this is the information for it. It's Messy Sexy Me, and you can listen to it for free on our website, messysexyme.com, or available where all podcasts stream. I'm talking about Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, you can listen to us. So, and we launch those episodes every Tuesday. So earlier today at 9 a.m. So yes, Tuesdays are a crazy day because Tuesday in the morning we launch our podcast at 9 a.m. and then I'm getting ready for my live show at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. So thank you so much for being aware of both sides of me. And oh, thank you, Rachel Polglaze just started following. I hope I said your name correctly, but thank you for following. I really, really appreciate it. And then the one other thing I wanted to talk about before I get to all the other gear that I'm talking about is, again, the Saramonic Blink 500 B2 kit that I've been wearing. I have to talk about it because this is what has been providing the audio this entire stream. It is actually also a discount. It's a Amazon Prime Day deal. It's 30% off right now, you guys. Just letting you know, it's 30% off right now. So if you're looking for an audio channel, this is the 2-pack, the one that I have, and I can show you. But this is the Saramonic B2 Blink 500 Pro. So I've had multiple versions of the Saramonic wireless audio systems, but this is the Pro kit. And this one comes with 2 transmitters. So this is a transmitter, which is also a mic. It comes with 2 mics. So if you're doing an interview, for instance, you can put one on you and then one on the other person. Or if you're recording some kind of music, you can put one up here, or you can put one near your guitar or the piano. I mean, there's going to be other ways of recording. I wouldn't recommend that way, but if you could, if you wanted to, you could. If he wanted to, he would, you know, that TikTok thing. But this allows you to have up to 2 transmitters and 1 receiver at the same time. Let me grab some water. But so this allows you to plug it into the camera. So with my DSLR, for instance, if I didn't do this live stream and I was using my DSLR straight, I could bring my DSLR into the field and record audio directly to the camera. I wouldn't have to edit the audio in post. The audio and the video would be married in post. So I wanted to show you also the lavalier system that I'm wearing right now. So this is the Saramonic Blink 500 B2 kit. There's other kits available as well, but this is specifically the B2 kit. Ooh. I've been talking a lot. I realize I've been talking for 2 hours straight. So let me get some water. All right. But yes, so this is the, let's go for picture in picture. Okay, so this is a charging kit as well. So over here, USB-C, one of my favorites. It charges the case, and then the case becomes charged too. So when you run out of battery on your device, which already has a runtime of 6 hours, so you can utilize this 6 hours straight. That's why I was like, let me just use this for the stream, because that way I can move around and I can talk, and then I can turn around. I have no wires, but you can still hear me as I turn around because I'm not attached to any wires. And this is recording audio directly into the camera, which is connected to my Yolo box, and so I can adjust the power levels like that as well. And actually, I'm like, I might have to take out something because my computer is about to go bye-bye, but it's okay because I have all these other things. Let me see. But it does have a low battery. So right now, let's just say for the sake of making sure the stream doesn't go down, let me go find another outlet that I can utilize for this. So let me see. Like all my electric outlets are like being utilized right now, but here's a little demonstration. Let me talk. I'm like, hi guys, I'm still here, but let me pull out something. You know what? I'm gonna pull out the Yolo box because I feel like let's test out how long the Yolo box can go at 72%. Okay. All right, my computer is still here. All right, good. And then once that charges, I can switch that back out. All right, so let's do this again. All right, getting a second wind of like water, so. All right, so when you open the Saramonic kit, you can see this is where my receiver was, which is actually right here. This is the receiver. I put it right there with the shoe mount. And then the one I'm wearing is the transmitter. So it comes with 2 transmitters, 1 receiver. The cool thing is that there's a pairing mode. So if you ever were confused or wondered, like when you turn it on, will they sync with each other? There's also a fail-safe way or fail-proof way. There is literally a button called pair. So when you put both the receiver and the transmitter in here and you press it down and hold pair, it will automatically sync the receiver to the transmitter. So that's how I'm able to get the audio right now. Okay, so again, charging case, you can charge it and it gives you an extra, I believe, 6 to 10 hours off this case. So once you charge this case, you can bring it portably, and it also will charge your receiver and your transmitter even while you're traveling. So it gives you an extra like 6 to 10 hours on top of already charging your transmitter receiver. So these also last for 6 hours. Now I will show you on here too. Let me see if I can switch the audio. So this is where I'm going to show you how I switch. So right now my boom mic is up there. I'm going to turn this one on, and then I am going to turn off this one. Oh wait, no, I'll keep this on. Oh wait, but I think I'll echo. Let's see. Maybe I can't do that then. Let me. All right, you're just gonna have to listen to me like this then. All right, so as you can tell, I'm actually speaking directly into this mic right here. And then I can also get a lavalier mic. So I can grab the lavalier mic. I just labeled everything with my Dymo label manager, so I'm like super excited about that. But then you get something like this, right? And you get the lavalier mic. And so when you put that in here, you can now talk on this little mic. So if you don't want to like have it showing, I show it because I want you to see like what I'm doing and what I'm actually utilizing. But you can literally clip this mic to your lapel and then hide this, or since these transmitters have little clips on them, you can put that in a standard shoe mount, or you can clip it to your belt. If you're wearing a dress, ladies, I wear a belt and then I clip it to the back of my belt, and then you can use this as a lavalier and place it right here. But I do, for the sake of my live demonstrations, like to take out the line and then talk directly into the mic. So I love being able to have multiple devices, multiple uses for things, just so I can do like that. But I'm going to put it right here. So that is a Saramonic Blink 500 B2 wireless lavalier kit. Again, no wires. I can turn around. I was literally changing the audio situation, or I plugged in my laptop and you can still hear me as I was going off the camera and everything and turning around. Like I don't have to be exactly in line of sight for you to hear me. So that's what I love about the Blink 500 B2 kit. So I already caught up on everything that I missed earlier. And then let's see. I have quite a few things left, so I'm gonna have to go through these fairly quickly, and then maybe I might pop in again tomorrow during the daytime. Who knows? But I think maybe for the sake of time, I think I will go over just a few more items, and then we can reconvene tomorrow, because normally I stream from 7 to 8 and now it is 9. So if you've been here with me since 7, can I just give you like a virtual hug, because you are incredible. Let me know if you have been, because that's pretty awesome to me. It's truly awesome that you've been here. Nikki says hug. Oh, Nikki, you are so awesome. Yes, I have a really awesome supporter. Her name is Nikki, but she spells it with 2 Ks. I really appreciate you. So virtual hug, Nikki. Really, really appreciate you tuning in like every week and just supporting. Like it means so much to me. For those of us, because I realize Amazon Prime Day is where you kind of get on pages for and are introduced to other people for the first time, I figured I should do stuff. Yay, Amazon customer, yay. Genesis, hi. Alrighty, so we're gonna keep going then. All right, so this is one of my favorite things ever, and it happens to be 36% off. Cyber Junkie Ronin, thank you. You just started following. I appreciate you so much. If you haven't followed yet, please hit the follow button. It's in the bottom right corner of the video, and then smash that star button so it lets other people know that this is a live stream worth watching. Oh, Joseph, thank you so much, Joseph, for joining and starting too. Oh, you guys are so awesome. Appreciate it, fam. All right, so this is the Yolo Box here for those of you who are just coming in, and then right now I'm going to pull out. Genesis started follow. This is so awesome. Hi, thanks, guys. Okay, so this is the Pocket Tripod Pro. Right now it is 36% off. Biggest discount I've seen so far on Amazon. My friends over at Pocket Tripod are engineers by like career, and then they have created this cool tripod that literally fits in my wallet. So I can truly just fit it in my wallet, and just to prove it to you, like it is the same size as my card. Okay, so here's my card. Literally the same size as my card, okay? So I'll put that right there. And you will always have your wallet on you. So if you ever forget your tripod for when you're taking photos or videos, when you're out and about, let's say you maybe want some, food content, and you want to eat the food while filming, this is truly awesome. So I'm gonna move my Yolo box a little bit over here so you can see that. Shout out, hello Brett Miller, I just saw you in the comments of my YouTube channel as well. But yes, it is the thickness of 2 credit cards, okay? And with a flip, you don't wanna like bend it, you just wanna switch it. You flip it out, then you put these 2 sides up, and guess what? You just got yourself a pocket tripod for your phone. I'm gonna bring my phone over. Where did I put it? Okay, put it right over here. Alrighty, so this is where you have a tripod. Look at that, isn't that so cool? And the thing is, you have 180 degrees of angling as well, okay? So you can actually move this. It wouldn't be as fast. You wouldn't go this way and then you want to move it, but you could literally angle it anywhere. You can also go horizontally, but let's say you want to do it like you want a bigger surface for horizontal, no problem. All you got to do is twist again, 45 or 90 degrees. I was like, do my math. Did I graduate geometry? Okay, and then you just pull it apart. All right, so now you have 2 separate areas, and I can do like this. Okay, so now I can watch like videos like on the plane. I could do a whole bunch of things while it's in this position. So you went from a vertical to a horizontal, and again, you have 180 degrees of movement when you have your phone on this tripod, and it fits in your pocket. It's the size of a credit card, and I'll just show you how to put it back in because it's really easy. So again, you have like the 2 little areas right here. You just snap it back in place, put it back, unfold it, switch it, and there you go. It is the coolest thing since fidget spinners, but this is something that actually is useful. No offense to the fidget spinner, but this is something that's useful. It's in your wallet. It's a conversation starter. If you're out and about and you're always taking content and you want to do stuff yourself, I utilize this for when I take group selfies, and I'm going to show you how I do that because this is really awesome. Genesis in the chat, hello. She asked, or he, sorry, they asked, I should just say that, it's more pronoun friendly. Genesis asks, would this stuff be good for self-tape auditions? Yes, I'm assuming that you're talking, I didn't know if you were talking about the mic or the tripod, so let me know just so I can make sure I'm answering your question. But this is definitely something you could utilize for a self-tape. I also recommend in my carousel having the Joby Grip Tight 2, because then if you're utilizing your phone for a self-tape audition, let me do this really quick. Then if you're utilizing this for a self-tape audition, you don't have to worry about a spring clip. You can record it in the landscape version. I've done some auditions myself. So, you know, if I had this earlier, it would have been great because then I could put a light on top of here for the shoe mount. And then I have it filming at me for a selfie. She, thank you for correcting me. Thank you, Genesis. Genesis is a she, but we will say they too, they and she. Okay. Oh, the mic, yes. Yeah, you can definitely do that for self auditions as well. So yeah, it's totally perfect. And if you're doing, tell me if you're utilizing your phone or a DSLR camera, because that's the one reason why I like the Saramonic B2 kit, because it's the most universal, because Saramonic also has a B6, B5, B4 kit, but it's very specific to if you have an iPhone or an Android, so just make sure it's specific. But when you have the B2 kit, you can utilize it across your DSLR, your computer, your iPad. You can utilize it with anything that has like a 3.5 millimeter jack. So if you're filming with an iPhone, I believe you have a like a lightning to a 3.5 millimeter adapter that comes with your phone. So let me know if I'm incorrect, because I actually shoot off my Android. Because Saramonic also has receivers that you can plug into the port or the base of your phone if you want to record directly utilizing the same. It looks exactly the same, it's just the receiver is different. But the receiver for this, I can plug it straight into my phone. And again, if you do have an adapter from your phone that goes out to a 3.5 millimeter, like a standard headphone jack, any standard headphone jack, then you could utilize the same thing. So you don't need to buy 2 different kits. You can use the B2 kit and you can utilize it across as long as you have that adapter. But then, yeah, it records quality audio. So it's a nice way to be portable as well. You can throw it in your bag, you can be on the go, you can travel, you can get high quality audio anytime you are traveling. I'm just letting you know, this is the exact audio that I'm utilizing. So here's your way of judging if you like this audio or not. I am doing live stream and I have been going live for over 2 hours now. So if you can still hear me, I would say that is a great testament to this specific lavalier system. Oh, you have an iPhone, perfect. So yeah, if you have the adapter that goes in your phone, that goes into a 3.5 like regular headphones, you should be able to utilize the B2 kit across everything. So I use the B2 kit with my DSLR camera, and I use it in my computer because I can put it in the headphone jack in my computer, and then I can also put it in my phone. So the B2 kit is the most universal. So if you're looking for that, try it, and then if you don't like it, you can return it. I said it like over there, but I'm like, yeah, if you want to try it, go try it. And if you have Amazon Prime, get Amazon Prime, and then you can return it free 30 days if you don't like it. But I have several videos on my YouTube channel at Tech Nicki Speaking on how to set it up. So if you're confused as to how to set up your phone or your camera with the system, it's on my YouTube channel, girl. I got you. And if you want to know specifically and you can't find the video, just let me know and I'll send it directly. I'd be more than happy to send it directly to you. But yeah, back to this tripod, pocket tripod though. This is also great for when you're recording yourself. And I just wanted to show you how I do it. So I'm gonna do picture in picture. And then let's do this. So when I'm out and about by myself, this is exactly what I do. Let's say I want to take a group photo because I do it a lot. Being that I'm so tech and filmmaking in my industry, guess who always gets to take the family photos and documents everything? This one right here. So I'm always trying to find fast ways of doing it because sometimes you have a moment where you're capturing group photos and you want to be in it too. I utilize this and a self timer if I want to use the back camera, which is always going to be your higher quality camera. However, if you're taking a selfie and you don't know exactly where it's going to be and you want to control when you take it, this is how I do it. So I'll set down my pocket tripod, put it in the slot. I'll turn on my native camera app, and because I have a Samsung, I have a selfie mode that allows me to use my hand as a way to take a picture. So I'll step back, it's in my tripod mode, and I'll use my hand, and then it goes. Then it takes a picture. So then I have something like this. So this is exactly how I utilize my tripod, my pocket tripod, when I'm on the plane, when I'm on the go, when I'm in group situations, and literally it fits size of a credit card into your wallet. So let me just put it in here because I have it in this slot of my wallet. But that is one of my favorite things. It is one of the coolest gadgets. So if you are looking to get one, it's the lowest price I've ever seen it. It's 36% off. So feel free to cop one for yourself. It also makes a great gift for somebody who feels like you feel like they have everything. I will say that there are specialized adapters. The ones that they had before came with 10 adapters. I don't think they do that anymore. But when they give you a card that measures your phone, because let's say you have a bigger case or you have a smaller case, so not all phones are created equal, but you're able to send in the code that you get with the pocket tripod. Make sure you get the same adapter, and then once you enter the code after they prove that you purchased it, you can get sent your specific adapter for free plus free shipping. So you have nothing to lose there. So you get the pocket tripod, you want a specific adapter. In your kit, when it comes, there is a code that you can redeem online to make sure you get your specific adapter, and it's free shipping. So I love it. I love that a lot. Okay, and I would say the only other thing that I kind of want to run through right now. Oh, okay. I'm only gonna do the things that are actually like on deals for you all. So let's talk a little bit about lights, right? So this tube that I was holding on to the entire time is the YC Onion RGB handheld light. It's super lightweight, it's super portable, it has effects, it has full RGB plus a white light as well. It is 20% off. So I'm just gonna show you because now I have the overhead camera because I didn't have the overhead camera last time. So this is great when you're on photo shoots or even if you're adding a little bit of light or even if you have your self-tape auditions, you're able to add light and carry it around and it's portable. So first things first, there is a lithium battery right here, but you can charge it straight through the USB-C cord. So there's a USB port here, and once you have that in, this will charge your tube. And then you have the on and off button. You also have like an LCD screen, so then you'll be able to know exactly what you're doing. So let's just turn it on right now. I will say when it turns on, I didn't know, but if you go here, it'll turn it on, right? What's up, Adam? Good to see you. Happy Prime Day. I know I'm on later than normal, but it is Prime Day. I would have been off by now, but it's good to see you, sir. So yeah, this is the YC Onion fluorescent tube. And you can see on the display that, oh, let me see if I can do this right here. Yep, so if I did that, you can see kind of it. It's flickering just because it's not the same shutter speed. So just letting you know, it doesn't flicker on my end. It just is flickering for that reason. But this is 5600 Kelvin, so this is like daylight. So if you're looking at my face, this would basically be what my face would look like in daylight. So it has the ability to mimic daylight. If you go on the sides, you can actually increase the intensity. So see that, how I went higher? It was like 30. It's got brighter and brighter and brighter. It goes up to 100. So right now, this is only at like a 30. And it's already super bright. So if I were to go really bright, it'd be like super, super bright. In this situation, if it's too bright, you can also like bounce it off against your wall, right? And then you have like this halo effect. So again, playing with lighting is so cool, right? But when you bounce things off your wall, like I had earlier with my smart LED lights in my bedroom, I bounce it off the wall because it gives a more soft ambient lighting versus like directly harshly in your face. Like you want that nice soft background. So that's what's cool about it. So on top of that, you have different modes. So let's refocus this again. All right, so we have different modes. If I hold this down, ooh, there's different, oh, there we got the red. And as you can see, I'll put it against the wall. I have effects. So this is kind of like party mode. I'm gonna do that. So you have party mode. Woo, woo. And then I'm gonna switch some lights. Then you have one that fades. This one's just the solid color. Like that. And then if I hold down settings, all right. Okay. Okay, so this is the hue color. All right, so then I get to the hue color. So what I can do is instead of it being tungsten or daylight, I can actually go through the wheel, the color wheel. So right now we're on like a little aqua color. Now it's getting to the white colors, and then it does a whole degree of color. So this is like purple. I'm like trying to put it on my face over here. And then, yeah, but I could lower the intensity because right now it's pretty bright. So it's like at a 58%. Yep. And Adam says, oh, you had 2 streams today. How'd they go? It's like a marathon on Prime Day because I have so many things that I want to talk about that I've talked about that is actually on a deal. So I want to like definitely do that. Yep, Adam, you're correct. You have presumed correctly. There is a tripod mount. It is a standard 1/4-20, so you can definitely put that on, let's say this. But actually, no, the YC Onion comes with an adapter, so I'm gonna have to put it on this one first. So this is what I did earlier. you missed it, but I have this adapter on here. And the cool thing about these as well, let me go here. The cool thing about this one as well is that they have like little, oh, I just put it on there. Okay, well, let me talk about this part. But yeah, I can put this on a standard like a tripod plate. So if you want like particle lighting, we call these particle lightings, like if you're in the back of your videos and you want like some little lights peeping in the back of your videos to give it some more depth, you can totally do that. You can put them on tripods, you can put them everywhere else. So not only will you are able to Hollywood it, so in the filmmaking industry, when you say Hollywooding it, it's just using your bare hands to hold it. So right now I'm like, I could Hollywood it by holding it for somebody, or like when I take selfies, right? If I took selfies, or like when I take a group picture, I can shine the light at them and like adjust it. So this is a red right now, but you have full color spectrum, RGB. You also have different lights, and then you can take photos, you know, of yourself or of other people. Also, light tubes are great because when you put your camera in slow shutter speed, you can get the light paintings. So a lot of these tubes, like when you put your camera, when you're doing photography on a lower shutter speed and a lower ISO, you can actually paint things, right? So you can say like love, and then the shutter speed will capture the light streaks. So these are cool to have because of that reason, but you can also utilize it in everyday kind of situations as well. Maybe not the red one, but you can definitely, most definitely use like tungsten, right? So I can do like lights, and I'll put it down here. So it's just a nice way to add just a little pop of light when you're here, because like this is without it, and then I can add just a little bit. Or, you know, maybe I don't want to get the shadows off the side, off of this side. So it's really nice. Karen Reese just started following. Hello. Thank you so much. And Amazon customers started following. Thank you so much. If you have created an account without your name, you show up as Amazon customer. So I've had 12 Amazon customers follow me. And so I'm like, I can't address you by name, but I really appreciate you for being here. Chris asked, can you change the color temperature? Yes, you can. I know I just read that now, but yes, you can absolutely change the color temperature. And you have 0 to 100 intensity on every single color temperature. And then on top of that, there's effects and there is RGB lighting. So I'm not gonna lie, a lot of features, a lot of effects, and it's 20% off right now. I think that is an absolute steal. On top of that, if you see here in my picture-in-picture, there are little divots right here besides the tripod. And as you can see, there is a little catch right here. So I'm assuming if you get more than one, you can literally attach them through this divot right here, and you can create this long energy tube. So if you wanted to have like portable light beam energies that you can use individually or as an entire built out light stick, like a lightsaber, you can totally do that, fam. So just let you know, that sounds pretty cool. It's definitely a nice built. It did come with the soft pouch case, which, you know me, like when I get things, I love to have like a full case as well. So I just wanted to show you the pouch that it came in. So this is how it came in. And then here's the little pouch. So when I go out and do shoots, I kind of bring this as fun. And I do want to be able to bring this around. So this is like a nice little pouch. I can throw it in my backpack. I can throw it or just carry it with me, to be honest. I always say throw things. I'm like, I just throw it, but I'm like, I put things nicely in my backpack. So that is the YC Onion. Yes, it's named after a vegetable. YC Onion RGB handheld energy tube. And right now it's 20% off for these next 2 days of Amazon Prime. So if you're looking for an energy tube light, this is actually a really nice affordable one that does so much more. Full color range, like daylight, intensity levels, and effects. Lights are getting cheaper and cheaper. It's just blowing my mind, because something like this, like maybe 5-6 years ago, would have been at least $500. So it's just technology. Blows my mind. I love it. Oh my gosh. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So Adam, having done 2 streams today, is helping all our Amazon customer names to be more named and not nameless. So I'm just saying it out loud because the chat disappears once the stream is over. So I'm just going to read it. So Adam says, go to your profile to change it. It is your public display name, the same name that would show up when you review products on Amazon after you have purchased it. And you can change it to Bob or Mary, etc. So thank you, Adam, for sharing that piece of wisdom, because I don't remember how I did it. And so you helped everybody out. So if you would like to not be seen as Amazon customer commented or followed, you can go to your profile and you can change it on your display within your settings. So there's that. Now, I also wanted to talk about my other friends who I absolutely love, and it is the Aperture Amaran MC light. So again, here's another lighting, but as you have heard in my previous streams, I have an affinity for Aperture team. They are an amazing company. They have amazing customer service. They are based in Asia, the US, like literally a neighborhood away. They're in Glendale, and Europe. So they have offices everywhere. They serve a huge clientele, but they are also able and willing to incorporate customers' feedbacks into their upcoming products. So I will actually now take off the Aperture MC light that has been powering this entire light here. And I'm very surprised because at this point I have been streaming for over 2.5 hours, and this is the only thing in my camera setup that is not AC powered, meaning that it's battery operated versus it's attached to an actual cord. So I'm just gonna pull it off and introduce you to one of my absolute favorite lights. This is the Aperture MC. See this right here? This is magnetic, so you can actually magnetize this and stick it to things that are magnetic. I wonder if I can do it. Yep, okay, cool. But I have a diffuser over it. Again, this has a shoe mount here. So since I now have it off, I can actually show you what I've been trying to show you all my past streams. But let me show you here. I have this. Oh, Richard, you're awesome. I mean, between Adam and Richard, I feel like, can you guys just come to every single one of my streams? Oh, wait, you already do. But I love it. So Richard said, go to www.amazon.com/GP/profile to change name. So thank you. You guys are awesome. So again, I have the light. It's a pocket light. I can put it on me. I could put on somebody else. I can change the intensity. I can bring the lighting down, the situation. So right now it's at 62%. I'm going to bring it down a little lower just because it's pretty bright for the stream, right? So it's nice here. But with the shoe mount, this is why I love this thing. So once you have, let me just put the whole setup there. All right, so let's say we have, again, this is my favorite tripod stand ever because I just put it on my desk, or I can top it off and utilize it as a phone stand. So I have now a phone, and then if you're doing videos, you have a shoe mount right there, baby, hands free. And then when I record videos, I can record videos with perfect lighting. I can also, when I want, switch it from vertical to horizontal with literally just a hinge. I move it like there. And I can get video horizontally as well. So I absolutely love this stand, and I love being able to put this on. So, you know, I talked about the Energy 2. The Energy 2 is cool, but when you're talking about an on-camera light, not just for your phone, but also for your DSLR or your mirrorless, you can actually throw this in your back pocket. You can throw it in your bag. It's also magnetic. So if you're trying to like light something like a vending machine, I know Aperture just posted a video of this guy who utilized an MC light, and he left it on behind the vending machine when they were lighting something to have the vending machine like light up to do special effects. He left it there in the vending machine for 15 months, and he came back, found it, charged it up, and it still works. So these lights are super cool, and they are 12% off right now. Again, they really never go on sale because these were so coveted at one point that there was like 3 months of a backlog of a wait. I was just, you know, I love them so much that I got to the front of the list. But these MC lights were at one point very, very hard to get a hold of because they were just selling like hotcakes. Because not only is this magnetic and pocket friendly, it has all the full spectrum. You have RGB colors too as well. You also have effects, and it's Bluetooth syncable with the Sidus app link. So you saw my last stream how I synced my Aperture Amaran 100D light on my right side, and I was able to control the lighting without leaving my spot with my phone. You can also Bluetooth sync your MC light. So I'm gonna show you how I do that right now. All right, so here we go. And then, okay, here's the lighting, right? I'm just gonna like dim it a little bit just so you can see it. And then I'm gonna bring my phone. And then, all right, I'm like, before I give you all the information that I have on my phone, let me just pull up the Sidus Link app. Okay, so this is the Sidus Link app. I have one already created for my Amazon live stream. It takes a minute to load up, but that's totally fine because everything's now Bluetooth syncable. All right, and now this MC light is this one. The Amaran is the light I have over here. So I can click on the MC light, and then right now you can see the intensity is at a 5%, but if I wanted to bring it up, I can do that hands-free right here. Okay, so that's pretty sick. I'm also going to put this on top of this so you can see it in real time on my face, because sometimes it's hard when the light's shining at you, and I also don't want to blind you all. So I'm going to put the light just so you can see it in frame. It's right here. Okay, so that's that. The intensity, woo, bright AF, and then like that. So I can literally control my light from my phone. Again, I also have my Amaran 100D light, which is in my studio. I can do that as well. But the cool thing now, this is the kicker, the color picker. I love how that rhymes. I try so hard to like give as many dad jokes and rhyme like a corny person, because yeah, I like doing that. Okay, so let's see. Where is it? I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, picker, duh. All right, so under color, so right now it's on white, but I'm gonna color, and then right underneath that you'll see there's a thing called, let me see, under that you have a thing called picker. So when you click the picker, guess what? You have a camera. If you assume, let me know right now, do you know what this is gonna do? Guess in the comments. But this is a color picker mode, all right? So when you're on the color picker, again, this is a white light on my face. Any guesses? I know there's a little lag by the time I ask, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer if anybody has some guesses of what this is about to do, because it's pretty sick. This is my favorite feature to show in live time. But all right, here we go. No takers. Okay, here we go. So Sachi started following. Thank you for following, my friend. Appreciate you. Okay, so here's the color picker with the Sidus app. All right, Adam's too smart. You can pick the color of something and match it? Question mark. Oh, yes, sir, indeed. All right, look at my face. It's white right now, right? I'm gonna pick this red from the Yolo box. All right, I'm gonna zone in on that. You can kind of see right here in the left corner, because like when I go over here, it's white, right? This is red, okay? So you can see that right there. So see my face, it's white. I'm gonna pick this up. Boom, red. And look at my face, it's red now. Oh my God, isn't that so cool? So if you wanted a specific color, you could totally do that with the Amaran MC light. And it is 12% off right now, okay? So I can also, with this, adjust the intensity. So let's say I want to be more red. or I could change the hue if I wanted to, right? The hue of the specific red. So let's just say it was kind of the color, but you wanted it to be a little bit different. The saturation, you can change that as well. So I can also retry. Let's pick up a different color. I'm gonna go pick up the blue light that I currently have. So I'm gonna pick up this blue light, pick it up, and then now I have a blue light. Isn't that the coolest thing since sliced bread? First of all, who came up with that phrase? Because if sliced bread was such a cool thing, it must have been pretty old in terms of what we used. So isn't that cool? That is blue. And it does so much. So, and then again, I also have the effects. I'm not done with this, okay? So over here, I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I finally pulled off this MC light, because before it's always been on my overhead and I can't take it off because it's the actual light to power this. So if this is a little bit dark right now, it's because I don't have my light on here right now. But that was the color picker mode. And then now we have the effects. So the effects are cool because down here you can see you have paparazzi, you have fireworks, you have faulty bulbs, you have lightning. We did lightning on my Amaran 100D last week. So let's do some fireworks. Okay, so with the fireworks, you can do a color, you could do white, multi. So let's do multicolor. I'll let it, dealer's choice. The intensity is 50%, but if I wanted to go, you know, higher or lower, I can totally do that. And then the frequency, like how fast it goes, let's do a 5 because it's right in the middle, or a 6. Let's do that. Oh my gosh. Okay, now all we gotta do is press play. Now watch my face, but press play. There it goes. There's a firework. Boom! And then, you know, you have another frequency. So there it goes again. There's the fireworks. So you can also, instead of doing it towards your face, you can also do it against the wall. So it looks like you have fireworks. This is also why I did it last week, because it was the 4th of July. So we did fireworks. But the only thing is the Amaran 100D is not an RGB light, so I couldn't get all these fun colors. But you can get all the fun colors with the Amaran MC light. And when you pair it up with the app, you can totally do that as well. And you can also have gel colors as well. You can even have like full CTB, 3/4 CTB. I mean, you have all these gels that you don't even have to go and get gels. Like, it has built-in gel systems. So yeah, that is essentially the coolest, I think, pocket light. And right now it is 12% off. So great job to Amaran or Aperture. And just a disclaimer, from what I understand is Amaran's like a separate brand, but it's under the same company. So Aperture and Amaran are sister companies. And they started spinning off because Amaran actually creates more of the products that are more affordable for content creators who are just starting out. Aperture kind of creates more of the lighting gear that's kind of utilized on filmmaking sets or studio sets like mine. So having both for me and to show you all is so cool. But Amaran is part of Aperture, but this is why this is called the Aperture Amaran light. So not to be confused, they are the same in a way, but yes, indeedy, that's right. Oh, Adam asked me a question. So Nikki, what have you purchased or plan to purchase during Prime Day? Well, there's a couple of things in my carousel actually that I only put on because I got access to an overstock list ahead of time, and I wanted to include it in my stream just because it was more tech-based, but I don't have it yet. So I wanted to go over that as well. But let me see if I can put this back on. All right, so the one thing I will say is we're getting to that point where I'm gonna look at all these things as well, because we're getting to the end of the stream where I'm talking about things that is kind of actually on my wish list. So just letting you know as well, this MC light, whoop, I did not lock that, my bad. But thank God it's so light that it didn't hurt when it fell. But yeah, so this is the MC light. And I'm gonna just put it over here and lock it in place so it doesn't do that again. we have like a little bit of a different lighting situation, so you can kind of see it like this, like so. See how like just a little pop of light does so much, and it's like a diffuser. You can also take off the diffuser, but then it wouldn't give you that soft glow, so I love that. But I will say, besides just getting the one piece, you can get a 4-piece set as well. So the one that I just selected, if you don't want just one, you can get 4. And the crazy awesome thing about it is the kit that the 4-pack comes in. So Adam, this might be something I might want to get because I want more than one. And the cool thing about the case is that it's a case that actually charges. So when you plug the case in, it charges all of your lights at the same time. You can also program it, again, all to your Situs app. You can program it all at the same time, or you can have a succession and you can control that at the same time. So this is definitely, aperture lights are made for the filmmaker, content creators. It does what you want it to do. You can program all 4 lights to go off at the same time. You can program these lights to have fireworks in different parts of your room. You can put them in different corners of your home, and you're able to actually sync everything, and you can control it again with your app if you wanted to. And you can mix the lights. It could be MC lights, it could be your Amaranth, anything that is Situs Link controllable. You can consolidate it, create scenes. I absolutely love it. So the MC4 light might be something I'm looking into getting next. So I just love it. I'm gonna turn down this intensity a little bit. But that is the aperture lights. And just because I'm here anyways, what I don't have, so this might be something I want to get too, because I don't have this one, but the Amaranth P60X light panel. So right now I have a generic light panel that was donated to me. I'm very, very grateful to my friends who can like lend me their lights and hand them down. But also the light panel here, if you guys are wondering, I was able to go to Expendables Recycle, which is a sustainable store in Van Nuys, California. You can also go online, but when productions are done with their gel sheets or their gear and they don't want to waste it by throwing it away, they give it all to Expendables Recycler, and they're able to sell it back to you at a cheaper price. So I actually have a giant gel sheet that I got from Expendables Recycler for $5. I know they sell them for about $20 a sheet on Amazon, but when you go to the recyclers, not only are you saving the environment, but you're also getting really, really great deals on perfectly good gels that maybe the production doesn't need, or they purchased a whole roll and you just need like a sheet of it. So if you are in the Los Angeles area, it's located in Van Nuys if you want to get some upcycled gel sheets. But you can also put these gel sheets on these LED panels, which is why I talked about that. So the Amaranth P60X, I don't have it yet, so I don't take anything I say at face value for here or deeper. Take it as face value because I don't have it yet, but it's 20% off. And just because Aperture and Amaranth are really cool, I saw that they were offering this, and I just wanted to let you know for the Amazon Prime Day deals that this was on sale. It's 20% off. So if you're looking for a light panel, something like what happens back here for this lighting, because there's 2 studio lightings on me and I have a light panel in the back. That would be a light panel that you could possibly switch out so you can get the same exact lighting if you are looking for that lighting in your studio. Miami girl, what's up? Miami girl started following. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for following. I really, really appreciate it. All right, so I know it's getting close to 10, so what I'm gonna do is trying to finish and go through the rest of my things in my carousel before 10. I think we can do it. So, all right, so my friends over at Kingston, first of all, shout out to Kingston Technology. They were the first company and brand to actually sponsor a full Amazon live stream for me. We did a full-on giveaway and we did a duck race, and I was able to give 3 prizes away to anybody who was in the audience. So a huge shout out to Kingston Technology. I wanted to go over a couple of products that I use daily, consistently, and right now they're on Amazon Prime deal. So I might cop a couple more of these because these are amazing. So let's say you're traveling, right? There is a difference between external drives and also SSD drives. They all do different sorts of things. The SSD, which is solid state drives, you can actually use these guys for instance, if you have the Blackmagic Pocket 4K or 8K camera, you know how you have SD cards, right? And sometimes they can hold a capacity of 256 gigs. But when you're starting to shoot at higher definition, higher K, like 4K, 8K, you know, that 256 gigabyte card is not going to go that far. So you get these little babies, they're smaller. It is an SSD card, and now with a lot of the capabilities of these 4K, 8K cameras, you can actually record directly to an SSD solid state drive versus an SD card, and these hold a lot more than gigabytes. We're talking 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. So when you're doing a high quality, like a high production film, you also have the opportunity to utilize these as your new memory cards when you're shooting on your 8K, 4K. I mean, as long as your camera has the capability. I know for a fact that the Blackmagic 4K Pocket Cinema camera can do that. So that is super, super awesome. Thank you, Gina Capone. That's just started following. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in, Adam. I know you had 2 live streams earlier today, so I appreciate you. But yeah, so the Kingston technology, guess what? All 3 sizes or capacities are on Amazon Prime deal. So just letting you know, I included all 3 of them in the carousel, but go to what you want. I will let you know. So if you're a filmmaker, you probably want the higher terabytes. So I will let you know that Kingston has 500. Adam says, have another one at noon your time tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'll try to pop in tomorrow, fam. Thank you for stopping by, Adam. I really, really appreciate you. I'll definitely pop in tomorrow to catch your chats. But yeah, the Kingston XS2000. So the 500 gig right now is 30% off. And then we have a terabyte. And then 2 terabytes. And yes, Adam, I would love to work with you and get some products from Anchor. So hopefully I'll talk to you on email soon. But yeah, we have the Kingston 500 gigabytes, the 1 terabyte, and the 2 terabyte. And they're all on deals right now between 19 to 30% off. So that is super, super awesome. These come with a rubberized how do you call this, like a rubber case protector. So I have this as a rubberized case protector. I actually dropped it today, and because I had the rubberized case on it, it actually didn't do anything. Plus, the great thing about SSD drives is there's no moving parts on the inside. So if you drop it, there's nothing to jiggle out. Your SSD card don't jiggle. Again, I've been watching a lot of TikTok, so it don't jiggle, it stays put. All right, so for those of us who are looking at the Kingston not just as a SD memory card, you can utilize this as a drive. And because it is an SSD drive, it also acts as a processor. So let's say you're traveling, you have your editing program of choice, whether that is Final Cut Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or also Adobe Premiere Pro, and you want to take it on the road with you and edit, but you need a faster processor. The great thing about SSD drives is they're becoming more compact, more capacity, and they're faster. So I will say, in reference, I have the Samsung T5 as well. It's like a standard, SSD drive that a lot of filmmakers had, but that writes at 500 megabytes per second. In comparison, just letting you know, the Kingston XS2000 writes and reads at 2,000 megabytes per second. So again, these SSD cards, more capacity, faster read-write speeds, and also they're getting lower in price. So right now they are all on deal, and it's super, super awesome. Sierra, thank you so much for starting to follow. Appreciate you. But yeah, so if you're looking at this, for instance, what I would do, this kind of acts as a mini computer, right? It has a higher processing speed. You're reading and writing at 2,000 megabytes per second. Talk about faster transfer speeds and everything. So let's say you're on a shoot, you need to basically get all the footage from the camera on their computer onto your drive. Just bring this with you. Throw it in your bag. It's always nice to have a pocket-sized SSD with a capacity of terabytes this size. Like, look how small it is. And bring it, and the transfer speeds are a lot faster. So you can literally transfer all those files over to your SSD drive a lot faster. Another way you can utilize this, you can store files on it, obviously, just like any external hard drive you can. But the thing that makes this most unique is I will move my editing programs onto the SSD card by itself. So what I mean is I'll put Final Cut Pro on here. I won't leave it on my computer. That way when I open up my Final Cut Pro, it's pulling the processing power and the engine and the read and write speed from the SSD card, not my computer. Sometimes your computer might be way fast. Great. But if you have a computer that's a little older and you don't want to invest in another computer quite yet, pop one of these babies in, move your editing programs of choice onto the SSD card. When you connect it to your computer via USB-C, I love my USB-Cs, when you attach it to the computer, you're able now to access those programs at a faster processing speed, making editing so much faster, the rendering process so much faster. So just make sure you relocate all your files when you're saving all your content to the SSD versus your actual computer. And that actually will allow you to run your programs at a much higher speed and rate. So that's just food for thought. And if you're just doing it for that, 500 gigabytes is totally fine. So the Kingston one that I have selected right now is 500 gigabytes. And you're like, well, that won't store as much as I thought. That is because you can literally just use that as a way to just work off your program files off of 500 gigabytes. Because most of the time your program files are at most like maybe 200 megabytes, sometimes even 19 megabytes. I mean, you look at the capacity of the phone apps, they're a little different from computer apps. But if you're talking about just running specific programs like Adobe Premiere or Adobe Photoshop off your SSD card, you can totally use just the 500 gigabytes. But I utilize it for both that and also storing my content, especially when I'm going between my Mac and my PC. So I also recommend getting at least 1 terabyte. Not only do you have programs to run off of, you also have the capacity to store your footage. And anything, I transfer it. So I also have an OWC 16 terabyte drive at home, which fits a lot more than I ever could imagine. So what I do too is once I'm done with content that I've uploaded, I make sure I put it all in an organizational system, like by year, by month, by date, and footage, raw footage, exported footage. I transfer then utilizing this to my terabyte. So like one of these are literally just for transferring footage. But yeah, I love the Kingston Technology XS2000, and it is a prime deal. So if you're thinking about expanding your space or updating your processing speeds, having more external drive capability, or even utilizing the SSD card as your new SSD memory storage when you're shooting off of higher grade cameras that shoot in 4K or 8K, I would highly recommend the Kingston Technology XS2000. And again, that comes in 500 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, or 2 gigabytes sizes. Hello, P. Troncozo. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate you. Okay, so the only other things that I wanted to talk about were the things that I saw that I was thinking of getting myself, because I don't have them yet, and these were huge prime deals that I got exclusive access to because I'm a part of the Amazon Influencer Program. So we're gonna talk a little bit about some of these things. So right now, just letting you know, these are on overstock. So that means they are at a way discounted price because they are on overstock. So the things that I saw that were kind of fascinating to me, first of all, we have the TCL 65-inch 6 series monitor. So if you're looking for a 65-inch kind of like TV, right now that is 33% off. Again, I don't have them, so I can't talk much in detail with them. I have included a whole bunch of products that I found specifically through like an exclusive link that the Amazon Insider Program has sent me. So if you're interested in these, feel free to click through them. I won't have too much of the information, but I just wanted to pick sort of the ones that were in my category of tech, home, entertainment, computer, PC, gaming, all that stuff. So that's that one. Thank you, Glenn. Glenn started following. Appreciate you, fam. Another deal of the day is this Samsung 23.5-inch monitor. So I might look into that because right now I have the LG wide monitor. It's a 21:9 ratio, so it's very, very like long and thin too. Oh, excuse me, I just like, that was too much ginger beer there. Sorry, I apologize for that. I am who I am. But it is a deal of the day. It's also 26% off. Thank you, Richard, for getting my shop link down there. Actually, I'll help you too because I know the chat disappears. So everything that I'm talking about, I have actually created an Amazon Prime Day deal 2022 playlist. So for ever what reason you have to jump off because, again, I usually only go live from 7 to 8 p.m. every Tuesday. But as you can see, it's almost 10 o'clock. But yes, please join the chat. Introduce yourself because we have a lot of the amazing friends from the same community that come back every Tuesday, and it's really nice to just support each other. Another deal was this Samsung, which was 23% off. So if you're looking for another computer monitor or just a monitor for like kind of like gaming, but yeah, computers, or you want to connect all your monitors together to create some giant monitor, you can definitely do that as well. I only bring up the next one, the Cricut Easy Press 2 Heat, because I was talking about this because I was hosting my brother's baby shower a couple weeks ago, and my girlfriend, shout out to my sister Kim, she created this beautiful mug that I wish I had with me right now, but I believe that was through this Heat one. But yeah, it's 48% off. So that's quite a big jump for Cricut. So if you're looking into that or creating your own products, definitely look at that. I also saw this and I kind of want it, but it's the new Air Mini fridge. It's 38% off. But can you imagine if I had this mini fridge right here, and then anytime I needed, I was parched or anything, I just open it and I have a fridge, or I can put it over here, or I can put it in my room. And the thing is, when you have these mini fridges now, oh good, Chris says, Kim says she has one, she loves it. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that was the one. So right now it's 48% off. So that is the Cricut machine that she used to create this beautiful mug for me. So I absolutely love it. So if you want to create personalized custom gifts too, like that's a really good deal for the Cricut. But this mini fridge is sick looking. Again, if you're watching on Amazon, which is the preferred place to watch the Prime Day special video that I'm doing today, everything is in my link right here. Also, if you're watching on your phone, it's in the carousel down there. And if you're watching on a computer screen, it's to the left of your screen. But this mini fridge, I mean, I think it's just cool. Maybe I would just put it in my bedroom. Then I don't have to walk all the way to the kitchen to get something cold or something at night, in the middle of the night. Also, for our skincare people who love to use mini fridges to put like cucumbers or aloe or just to refrigerate their lotions, this would be a great thing to do too. So it was the one thing I saw on the list that I was like, don't have one of those, but it's an electronic, so I'm going to add it to the list. And then obviously, this is my first time ever talking about like a clothing item, but this dress that I'm wearing right here, I have selected it. It is 25% off. And let me just give you a up-down look of it again for those of you who missed it. But this is the Relly Pop women's dress that I am wearing. I got it in a size small, and I love the little tie here. But I had worn this for a like an event for AAPI month, and it was like red, and I got so many compliments on it, and I said I need to link it, and I was linking it, and I realized it's an Amazon Prime Day deal. So if you'd like to get the same dress, this is a size small, but it is 25% off. And since I'm down here already, I just wanted to go over one last thing that has become my pride and joy that is also discounted. I know I said it was gonna go at 10, but like, I'm like, I wanna hit everything that I talked about. So like, all right, so, okay, cool. So this velvet storage ottoman right here, This is one of my favorite chairs. Okay, so it's literally, not only is it cute, it comes in so many colors. It's 29% off. I love secret compartments. If you know anything about me, besides tech, I love cute things, and I love practical things, and I love things that have secret compartments. This has a secret compartment, y'all. Okay, like what? So I can put things in here. I can hide things. Maybe like some money or your journal, for those who don't know. So I use this in my bedroom when I do my makeup because I go right up to my full mirror near the natural lighting. But I can move this anywhere. I got it in white because it matched not only my bedroom table, but also my blooming table on the side. And then on top of that, you can also flip this lid over, and you can see there is a wood part. Yeah, like this was really nicely made. So when you're like utilizing it as a chair, you can also flip it over and put it right next to your sofa or your other chair, and you can put your coffee cup on here. So it becomes like a hard case. So just so you can hear that. But yeah, look at that. So it's hidden compartment, super soft. It's like a suede. And then on the back, it's like a wooden table that you can put right next to you. So this is like one of my favorite ottoman like chairs. I kind of want it in a stool so I can actually like sit on it when my desk is at a full standing, but I'll just show you what it looks like now when I'm sitting on it like this. Here is the chair right here. This is actually the first time I've sat in 3 hours. I don't know how everybody else on here who's an Amazon live streamer for Prime Day does it. I give you so much shout out for this, but I also want to give it up for all the technology that I've been utilizing, because this aperture light has been on since the beginning of my 3-hour stream and it's still going. Also, I don't have to worry about my cameras because I have the Go 9 plug-in AC adapter, which I have in my carousel as well. And I also like this, the Saramonic audio has been going on this entire time too, and that's not like on an AC adapter, so that's really cool. GD says, nice. Amazon, we have another Amazon customer that just started following. Thank you so much. I know I was at a standing situation, but it actually felt nice to sit a little bit. So I'm sitting on this velvet storage ottoman. Again, it's 29% off. I might cop me another one of these because I actually wanted one in sunshine yellow. So besides matching the red today, my brand for technically speaking is a sunray, and so it's like sunshine yellow, a golden yellow, and like an orange for like the sunray. So I actually wanted to get the velvet ottoman in like the sunshine yellow color, but I think it was out the last time I saw it. And just for the sake of finishing everything else in my live stream, this one item by Cosori Electric or Home Products saves my life every day. I'm talking about the electric gooseneck tea kettle. This is literally, it has kept me alive. So if you're a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, so I'm not a coffee drinker, but I love that I can keep it on the hot mode, and then there's certain buttons on this electric tea kettle that allows you to keep it hot at specific degrees temperature. So they'll tell you too, like oolong tea would be a certain button. They have boiling water, like if you had straight up black coffee. You also have temperatures for like a green tea, so you don't have to worry about burning your leaves or over soaking it. So I do like the Cosori electric gooseneck tea kettle. I use it every day. I've had it for 3 years, and today it is Amazon Prime deal. Cosori also has a whole bunch of other things, so if you're interested in their air fryers or any of their top of the line like toaster ovens or convention ovens, they have it too. But this specific tea kettle is the same tea kettle that I have, and I use it every morning when I make myself a cup of tea. And also it's nice to run it with my alkaline water that's right next to it, plugged into my faucet. Then I could like run a shower, and by the time I like rinse off, it's like done. So it really has been a wonderful thing to experience. But yeah, I think that about covers everything, you guys. I can't believe I went through everything. Thank you so much for joining me on my very special Amazon Prime Day. It was my very first, so I figured I had to go out doing it big with a 3-hour stream. I can't believe I haven't stopped talking for 3 hours, so I guess it's all the practice of being a host and an interviewer for like the past decade. But yeah, my voice is getting a little tired. But I just want to thank everyone who has come out to support. Thank you to everybody who was in the stream for the entire 3-hour period. You all are like amazing, and I thank you all so much. If you're finding me from my newsletter subscription for the first time, just know that I appreciate you, because it's a very specific list. So if you haven't, feel free to subscribe to my newsletter on nickisun.com or technickyspeaking.com. Sign up to be a part of my #Sunshine Squad. That way you're always in the know beyond just deals or special videos like this, when I'm teaching next, when I'm leading audio or video sessions, when I'm doing something or providing a very, very special deal to a very, very select group of people. And if you haven't followed, please follow. I would love to see you. I go live again every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time across Amazon, YouTube, and Facebook. But I started to build such a beautiful community on Amazon that I would love for the preferred method for you all to connect specifically on Tuesdays at 7 to be Amazon. And make sure you change your name so it doesn't say Amazon customer. I just would love to address you by name, if that's okay. So yeah, thank you so much. Again, my name is Nicki Sun. You've been watching Tech Nicki Speaking. Here is all my gear. So if you want to see everything that I talked about today, it's on this live stream, as well as my specific playlist, Amazon Prime Day Deals 2022, on my Amazon shop page, which is this link right here. I want to say thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Everybody who showed so much love, everybody who told me if things were not working or you couldn't hear, and also especially Richard for dropping in all these links to everything and letting people know how to change their profile names. And then, yeah, I had so much fun today. Thank you for making my first Amazon Prime Day stream so special, and I will see you next week. So enjoy, have a great week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Okay?